Corn.
Okay, that wasn't part of it. Thank God. I guess the first word's coin.
Damn
Anyway,
it.
hi, welcome. We're doing the 12 podcast again. The second episode, and this is about the OGs, the history of the TWOW community, and OG TWOW Central especially. So, let's go down and introduce ourselves. Dawthon.
Hello, I'm Dawthon. I used to own the original TWOW Central, or as you called it, as Carrie called it, Twat. And also, I caught 3 rare fish in the new TWOW Central.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dark.
That's really why I'm relevant.
What?
Dark, go ahead, Dark.
Oh, okay. My name is Dark. I was the first person to join TWOW Central after Dawthon. And I host MiniTWOW's Join Season 10. Please, I need contestants. Please, otherwise they will kill me. Help.
Okay.
That describes my life.
Are we gonna? Do you get an introduction, nerd, or?
Alright, you go
He can
ahead.
do it later. He can do it last.
All right. I'm LorenTzel. I was one of the big head members of the art gallery back in the olden days of TWOW Central. And I did a lot of like fan art stuff for TWOW, and I've kind of hanged with a bunch of my friends that I've made from HTC and whatnot. So, yeah.
Alright, and I'm Nerd. I sent the most messages in HTC back when it was TWOW Central. Over 100,000, I think, actually. And I was a moderator for some period of time, and I created the TWOW spreadsheet.
And you created what?
The TWOW spreadsheet.
TWOW
okay.
spreadsheet. He's coming
And
out.
we will have a 5th member, Bazinga. He'll come in later. I guess he can introduce himself at that time. But he sent the first message.
He's busy
other
with
than Dawthon.
traffic.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we can start by
yeah,
the most important day of all this. My 13th birthday, A.K.A. the day TWOW started.
Yeah, alright, so I guess I have the most to talk about then, since I was one of the contestants.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Dawthon, is your microphone okay, by the way?
I'm kind of triggered.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
His mic keeps making noise. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do something about that.
I don't know how. I'll just try to stay still.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, the
so
noise is
I've told this story
down
a lot of times, but I actually came out of a marching band performance on December 12th, was it? Or was it 11th?
I think it was the 11th.
Dark, do you know?
Oh, it was December 12th.
Okay,
December
December 12th.
like-
I know because it's my birthday, so...
Oh, really?
Alright. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I subscribed to Carrie because of some marble races he made. Anyway, I watched the video. Hey, this is really cool. I want to join, except I don't know how to send a YouTube PM. So, I actually have 2 Google accounts. I've told this story tons of times too. I think I told it in the last episode of the podcast too. Anyway,
Yeah.
I ended up joining with both accounts, and my alternate account died round 2 anyway, so that was short-lived. But yeah, that was the inception of the community, I suppose you could say. And at the time, I think the only person I knew in TWOW was Hazel Cricket or Satomi, because she and I were co-admins of the Zachbone Productions wiki, actually, at the time. And if you don't know what that is, it's another project that the HTwins have where they show off their creations from when they were in like elementary school.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's how that started. And do you guys have anything to say about like the viewer side of the TWOW? Because I think you guys were watching since the beginning.
Alright, I will go.
Not really.
Alright, I'll go second.
Not really.
I remember specifically being in the car outside of a bowling alley when I saw TWOW 0A and being like, oh man, I should join this, but I didn't have a Google account at the time, so I missed the deadline. And I would have joined had it been a few months sooner, but you know, sometimes just things don't happen the way you want them to.
I discovered it like January, you think? so I had no chance of joining.
What about you, Dawson?
Alright, so I remember I was going around YouTube, right? And then I thought Carrie uploaded a video, and I was like, woohoo! Carrie uploaded a video. So I click on the video, it's like, oh wow, it's TWOW Oh, it's another competition, huh? Alright, I guess I'll join it. And then I see that I had to submit by December 15th. And then I looked at my date, and it was like December 17th or something. I was like, ah! Why?
The
Perfect.
thing is, when he made 0B, he still let new people in.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright, now I'm even more mad at myself right now, but whatever, the past is the past, you can't
3
change
years
it.
worth of regret.
Yeah. The regret lasts a lifetime.
Yeah. I still regret not joining. Honestly, I saw it. I caught it when he released it. I could have joined, but I just didn't. And I don't really know the reason why anymore, at least.
I always make the joke, I'm glad people didn't join, though, because, you know, when TWOW 3 came around, I got the last safe space at 290
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait,
first.
That's
you were
right.
scraped?
Yeah, I scraped
Yeah.
round 3. Because
Damn.
it was about the 9th continent, and I just said the
Eighth
Fountain of
continent.
Youth, El Dorado, and something else were there because, you know, I was thinking like, oh, let's just come up with a bunch of mythical things and shove them in response. And I distinctly remember watching 3B in like my rotating chair at the computer. I'm like, oh no, I guess it's over now. Oh well, it was fun. And then as since Carrie did like the wipe transition down when he, you know,
Yeah.
revealed it, I saw like, lo and behold, some nerd the pie guy safe at 291st, and I was just so relieved when that happened.
I mean, honestly, who wouldn't be?
You wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's actually how I met Green Tree, I think, because he got 290th.
Yeah,
Right.
Green Street placed like really low as well in that episode. I remember that.
So cute.
And yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
when I started making the 12 sheet in February. Yeah, the first thing I did was I went to the panel of contestants Carrie had when he read all the names, and I just transcribed every single one of them. Because
Yeah.
at the time, I didn't know how to use sheets. I was literally actually teaching myself how to use sheets as I made the 12 spreadsheet.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how
Interesting.
some nerd the pie guy.
Yeah,
That's
that's my
where-
claim to
the
fame.
pie guy.
That's how I developed
Yeah.
my skills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how
Anyway,
he became site director, what was it? Site director,
I
Site
can explain that
director,
right now.
that's it.
Yeah, site director Solid Sakure. So
It's weeb shit.
yeah, half of it is.
I
Actually,
mean,
no.
still weeb shit.
Okay. Anyway,
Alright.
SDSH is actually, you know, the Mint of Nerd account I use for Shop 12.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And before that, it was the account I used for my alt on HTC when I had to get around certain things.
Oh, hey! You what now? You what?
No. I used it because, like, no, you knew about this, Dawthon. But anyway, it was like when my dad said, "Oh, you can't log in to Discord anymore because you need to focus on schoolwork." I would
Oh,
log
yeah.
into on my phone on the alt account and use that one.
Smart. Oh yeah, now I remember. I remember now.
Yep, that's how he did it, folks. That's the mastermind that we
What?
are blessed with today. He got around his father.
100
Yeah.
IQ plays
And
right
actually,
there.
if we this is we'll segue into this later. But I remember when we talked a lot. You used SCSH as the account to dump your art when you had to move it from your phone
Oh
to
yeah.
computer.
Yeah, that is very true. Because
There's
I
like-
was like, I can't remember how it happened, but I didn't have the bright idea of just making a storage server, which I have now. So I would use Nerd's alt account as a place to house a bunch of art on my computer, and also so that I could download them to my phone. That's what I would
That's
use
pretty
it
smart.
for. Yeah,
You could have just made a private server.
What? Well, I could have done that, but I didn't because I was an idiot. But then I specifically remember one day he messaged me and he was like, "Why do I have like 200 ping on this account?" I was like, "Oh." But yeah.
By the way, Thinfront, we're talking about Discord stuff now, right?
I mean, yeah, there's not
sure.
much of note between 12.3 and 12.13 other than... Oh, I do have a screenshot I can share. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah,
It was
because
fun.
12.3 to 12.13, no real community had like kind of
There was a Skype
formed
chat.
yet. There was a Skype chat.
Okay, hold on.
I do remember, like even as a bystander, the Juhmatok controversy, and that was so fucking hilarious.
Oh, we should talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, how people like completely overreacted to everything.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to find the very first message and
All right. Anyway, so, oops. Hold on. Let me get that off of the screen. Okay. So I just, I sent the image in the chat. That, as you can see from the bottom right, is April 26th. And yeah, this is actually, I think, Green Tree started helping me with the sheet around here. And at the time, it's super ugly. I didn't know how to do any formatting. But it was just essentially a data dump for percentiles, standard deviation, normalized ranks, etc. And I kept on posting this in the comment section of every episode of TWOW, hoping people would see it. And
oh my god.
I remember seeing it a few times, like in the comments.
Yeah, at this point, I wasn't commenting anything. I was still just an avid watcher and voter.
Yeah, I never commented anything as well. I rarely voted as well.
I rarely voted too. At least until 13.
Voting.
Then I was more involved. Because for me, when there were so many contestants, voting was such like this. It was I had to like actually. Like,
all right, I found the
Yeah. Anyway, one really fun one was like as I said, the Juhmatok controversy and that video that Bombs waited on it. And I remember just watching it, and it was like the most conspiracy theory kind of shit.
Yeah, it was like
I was really confused by
tinfoil hat like conspiracy. Like,
yeah.
Oh, this also Sophia account has many different alternate accounts because these votes are similar.
Everybody was banking on the fact that there were a few similar votes and stuff like that. I remember.
Yeah. And I don't think it was even outside the realm of plausibility that those could have just happened to be like that. Anyway, I think the most notable thing that happened to me after 12 was oh yeah, and 12A, where Carrie, I think I DM'd him the sheet with my response for 12, and then he featured it in the episode.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hold on, let me get a screen grab of that.
Favorite stat, because I was curious.
Oh yeah, okay. Remember that whole thing with mentions that I did?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that is the wrong screenshot. Give me a sec.
Just sent the screenshot. Oh god.
Mentions were like the thing, honestly, with the spreadsheet. Like, I don't think besides like I think it is because the data for mentions so easier to understand for a lot of people. But like mentions to me at least was like the coolest like data on the entire spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not the thing you would first think about when you want to analyze data. I don't remember how I came up with that. I think it was like I was watching TWOW and listening to Carrie read every single username. And I was like,
God.
what if I counted the amount of times he says each person's username? And then I started doing that.
No.
Yeah,
And then we added
so,
the also the people who weren't twowers.
Oh yeah, the
mentions as
non-twower
well.
mentions.
yeah.
And then you're on top of that still.
I am.
Yeah, you're still the most relevant non-twower, quote unquote.
Well,
Wow.
I guess I really do have something to my
I am
name. Then.
offended. I got 2 mentions in TWOW, which is cool.
Wasn't one because Spicy gave you that advertisement?
Both of my mentions were people advertising my TWOW. It was Spicy and Midnight Light. Also, I found the video where Bombs Away accused Juhmatok of cheating, and it's fucking hilarious.
Alright,
I
I'll put it on
remember
the
I
stream real
commented
quick.
that.
It was bombs.
It was
Yep,
Bombs
it was
who made
Bombs.
that allegation.
Damn.
Oh yeah, and he didn't speak over it, and it was just like meaningless transitions
What did
and
Bombs do?
scrolling.
Yeah.
He was so dramatic with it.
Here's my comment. I really liked the reply that he gave me. It was fucking hilarious.
Let me read it out loud. Honestly, at about 5:30, it gets more like a conspiracy theory than actual proof. Response: I'm mostly
hang
using
on,
logic in
that-
addition to some proof. It's worked for me in the past. Also, that's why they're called theories.
But hey,
XX
that's
bombs
just
away.
a...
XX destroys.
Oh, game
Juhmatok with
theory.
facts. Yeah, it's a game theory.
Also,
Yeah.
that timestamp is around when he made the point, oh, Juhmatok and Farrakh both end with OK. That's pretty...
Yeah. That was my favorite part of that.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. I think I said fucking hilarious like 4 times now.
Oh yeah, okay. What he's saying in this video reminds me a lot of the current MiniTWOW community. It's like, that wasn't worthy of the top 10. There must be some suspicious activity going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, it's weird seeing like such sort of like controversy come from something as simple as TWOW, you know?
Yeah, it's like just a writing game.
Yeah. It's a creative writing game, that's all it is. It doesn't have to be anything more, but people like to jump to conclusions and turn it into things that isn't.
Oh yeah, I remember he's like, oh yeah, the all-rounder cheated. So, what should be done about this? I don't know, I'm just saying it out there.
And then like, this isn't even like...
is quite common for fakes.
The controversy like here in the pre TWOW Central era it doesn't really even compare even to stuff that happened after TWOW Central too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Though, to be honest, that's because there's more of a way to communicate, because, like...
Yeah, because before people didn't really...
way too cumbersome.
Yeah,
so
the
that's
only
why.
way we had to communicate with each other was either YouTube comments or YouTube private messages, both of which are garbage systems.
Yeah.
Or make a YouTube video accusing someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, Baz.
The Dingo!
Introduce yourself or die.
I'm Baz.
Okay, thanks.
First message. I do stuff sometimes. I was board game TWOW, etc.
He's the reason the memes channel exists.
Yeah,
My
that's
biggest
true.
regret.
Everybody clap for him. Do it right now.
Okay. Okay, done.
Good job.
2 people clapped, but alright.
Okay, it takes 2 to make a channel. So
Yeah, that's true.
hashtag blame Dawthon. Okay.
Wow.
Yay. Alright, so what's the topic now?
Alright,
should we talk about TWOW 13?
Yeah.
We were still talking about...
I guess we could
Alright,
talk about the
that's fine.
transition
Juhmatok
to
fan.
subreddit. Because, you know, when Swimswell made the Reddit...
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, swim in.
Also, yeah, just to like interrupt a bit, like you should leave some of these videos and their screenshots in the description of the video in case anyone wants to look at them.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Yeah, because for example, the Juhmatok thing, we kind of just went over it and like we didn't really explain it. So if anyone wants to, have
Learn
that,
more.
you should watch
Yeah,
the
yeah.
video. And there's also TWOW 10A for context. I think 10B. I think I don't remember.
I think it was
In
10.
which Carrie mentioned that. Yeah, it was 10, but I don't remember if it was A or B.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. So anyway, I think the subreddit was advertised right after the sheet was, if I recall
Yes,
correctly.
the
It
subreddit
was
came
13A.
When
13A.
1213 or okay.
13A was the subreddit, and then 13B was the Discord, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think the
Sorry, you cut out.
He said
Let
that
me
the
check.
Discord was created the day after 13A.
I
Yeah,
think so.
it
Yeah,
was.
that makes sense.
May 23rd was 13A, and the Discord was created on May 20th.
Yep, May 24th.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that now. So SwimSum created the Reddit. I guess I could go look at it right now. Hold on, let me open a new tab. And
There's not much on the Reddit anymore.
Well,
I'm gonna guess if we get another 12 episodes back, but aside from
there was a post for it.
yeah.
It's a fucking meme.
I remember the subreddit fondly because that's where I got my start. But we can talk about the Reddit later because when I started perusing the Reddit isn't until like 1220 something around those areas.
all right, anyway, I forgot what the first post on the Reddit was, but I think it was Meester making a joke about something.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I don't remember. I do remember that the first MiniTWOW happened on the Reddit. And it was,
Yeah, I forgot who hosted it, but they're like, we gotta host it on a Google form on Reddit or something.
Google.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Remember-
terrible way to host a TWOW.
Oh, trust me, it is.
Here it is.
Yeah.
That's no. The worst way to host a TWOW would be like TWOW over carrier pigeon.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
a slight
Bazinga,
interjection, but because Shop 12 has been so long through Bloodbath and Shop, I've hosted some rounds through actual snail mail and text message.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Hot idea. TWOW
Yeah,
by
TWOW,
yearly
right.
meet.
But 12 by yearly meetup.
Oh boy.
That would be fucking hilarious.
It's like the electoral college where like everybody shows up like once a year to like do
Yeah.
the shit.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't think there's actually much to be said about the subreddit except for Dawthon advertising the Discord.
No, I think there's something to be said like for that 12.
Bunch
that was
of
mentioned,
bad
like the
fan art
MiniTWOW.
on the subreddit.
Because you
Hey
can
now,
notice it.
you don't call fan art bad.
Hey,
All
now,
fan
you
art
know,
is
Okay.
good.
Okay, fine then. There's
I mean, like
fan art.
some of the ones that were obviously like made as jokes. Or,
Let me
like,
tell
made
you,
to
I made a crappy piece of fan art in a freaking
Bazinga,
MS
you need to give
Paint. So
yourself more credit. I love your fan.
okay, but that's when I was that's when I got good.
Mhm.
So before I got good, and even now I haven't gotten good. So
Oh, okay. I found Chris's original post to the Reddit. Hold on, let me paste it.
post.
Geez, nerds are like an excavator this time
I,
around.
I remember the first comment, like, I think the first comment was me posting why you know Skype or something like that.
Oh, is that
Why
you?
you know
It
Skype?
was,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
it was
yeah.
me.
Smurg the Goblin Leader.
There's a reason for that, and I don't remember what it is. It wasn't even, I think it was my friend's account that, like, it's a complicated story. So I used to have friends, and, like,
Used
he,
to?
for fun, gave me,
Used to have friends.
Dang, the
he
invite's
gave
dead.
me, like,
Yeah, the invite is totally
his
dead.
account for some reason, like, one day, and then I was like,
Smirk
okay,
the
and started
goblin.
using it.
I love scrolling up to the top of the Discord and just seeing every one just
Oh yeah,
reaction
we're gonna talk
thread
about
into the
that
first
next.
Yeah.
That's where I get the shine.
Oh yeah,
9 people reacted.
remember okay. The moderators of the subreddit, Terps100, whoever that was.
Who the hell?
That was the second mod. Like, Swim gave that guy mod, and then gave Carry mod, and then gave Meester mod, and then just kind of gave up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like how Gabe is still a moderator.
Oh, yeah,
God. We need to talk about him later.
We will
Especially
talk
how
about
Who?
Gabe.
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 Yeah,
Oh,
Dark and I were talking about
yeah,
how.
let's
Remember how
go.
Bancho was responsible for getting him demoted?
Wait, who?
Yeah.
Gabe.
Natural.
Oh,
The only
yeah.
thing that I remember that Gabe did was he made Hot Chill Lounge.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was awful.
Oh yeah,
We'll
I
get to
got
all this
booted.
stuff later. We should try to stay on
All right,
track.
we're trying to
Yeah.
talk a lot about TWOW Central right now. So can we start from the beginning?
Talk about your
Yeah.
server, okay.
I just want to.
Alright.
Hold on, wait, give me a second. I just want to mention, if you look at the posts to the subreddit, this was so old that Discord was like barely started. I think Discord was founded in 2015, right? Look at the invite
Yeah.
link.
The invite is so long.
This is
Yeah,
before they
I
changed
just
the format.
noticed that.
I wonder,
go ahead.
what?
Go ahead,
Alright.
Dawthon.
Alright, guys, sit down, get some popcorn, sit around the campfire. I got a long story to tell y'all. So, basically, this was like 13A, right? And I was like, you know what? Do you know what I'm gonna do? Since I couldn't get any, since I couldn't join TWOW, I mean, I could start a Discord server, right? To be honest, I should have started like before, but you gotta agree that 12-13 was like a really good time to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
because like the subreddit was up, people were really starting to get into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this
So-
was right around when alumni happened.
Okay, yeah. The first thing I do, I don't remember which I did first. I think I might have. I think I DM'd Carrie first. I was like, "Hi, Carrie. I made a Discord server for TWOW Central. You should advertise it and make me relevant." Yeah. So and the next thing I do is go to subreddit and like advertise that, and then that's where things really started to kick off. I actually took a couple of screenshots. So if you direct your attention toward the group chat, I salvaged one whole message. Yeah, you can basically like find a crap ton of them, and I also found one of my favorite ones too. Hold on, this is like shows the actual layout before I actually start like doing stuff. Like this was the subreddit era of it before Carrie advertised it. Just look at how beautiful it
wow.
looks.
Oh,
So
Dank
Wait, did you
memes
post an
channel.
image?
what?
Dank Memes channel, my
Did you post
my
a
horrid
screenshot?
creation.
Yeah, I posted a screenshot.
Alright, hold on.
Dank me.
Let me open them.
Oh,
So they
that
can
was
stream to see it.
was that the first UI of
Oh yeah. How did you get Carrie to say that again?
Carrie to say what? I
First
have
off, it's
no
better than
clue.
everything.
Oh man,
He was actually like really talking. Like he had like 261 messages on the first day it opened, which is a lot.
He was
Like,
probably
what-
excited like that.
Yeah, he was excited. Of course he'd be excited somebody made a Discord server about you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I joined. I think all of us joined within the first day, right?
I joined
Yeah.
within like
Except
Did
for
they
Lauren.
all join the first day?
Except for me.
First day.
I
I
came
joined
in
within like
later.
the first
Yeah.
hour. I
Yeah,
was just like
Lorenzo-
perusing the subreddit. I was like, oh hey, a Discord.
That's
I have
actually
a
what happened to
Discord.
me. Yeah.
Like because for whatever I just so happened to have a Discord account already because I was trying to find a Discord for like sprawl hacking or something. So like I didn't even have to make an account, so I just joined, got the first message, and history happened.
Yeah,
Oh.
so
Yeah, I had to make an account because I had no Discord account prior. So I just made an account literally just to join.
Yeah, what happened with me was that I think Satomi convinced me to get a Discord because we talked on Skype for a while. Since 12.0, and then I had that created in like March or something. I can check my account ID later to verify. Anyway,
I can check it myself because I have a plugin like to
Alright.
check that.
Okay.
It's
Anyway,
much
and
easier.
then I joined the Discord chat, and I think the first message I sent was "Good day, y'all" or something.
Good day,
yeah,
yo.
yeah.
Also, I just checked yours was
Howdy,
created
partner.
on March 28th, 2016.
Sounds right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, and then I think it was just mostly the first day was Dawthon trying to make sure we were legit TWOWers if we claimed we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shout out.
Yeah,
to
like
that.
no, like whenever Carrie joined, we were like,
We all just
get
went
the hell out of here,
fucking-
faker! You're a faker! Get out of here!
And all of you, yeah,
Like-
everyone was yelling at him for being fake. I think I went to sleep by then.
And then he actually had to edit the description of 12
Like,
proof.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
it's
I'm on the
literally all the
Discord now. And then when it happened, everyone freaked out.
Everyone flipped out.
Yeah, I was going insane for real. Like, you guys remember that? Like Carrie posted that exact moment in the.
Who's the deleted user really far up in the carry cage?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, I can probably find
Deleted
it.
user?
I can find more right now, but yeah, I was really intense, and
I
then
found
Michael joined too.
Nerd's first message. And good day, y'all.
Yeah, that's
Who are
me.
you guys? Question mark is the second one.
he was curious.
Who apostrophe re space u space guys? Question mark. Full grammar. Incredible.
Yeah. He was so posh and fancy a person.
I found I found an image of Night and Today Pizza. Oh yeah, they're still around. I think they're Noel Kick's friend still. Anyway,
yeah, they're
Yeah,
still
they definitely.
Yeah, his last message was like this year, like April.
Yeah, anyway, I think he was roasting TWOW 1 responses. It's
Oh,
interesting to
God.
see that nothing's changed since then.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, I found Carrie's
No, I
first.
just noticed 9-inch Pizza is in the new TWOW Central.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
By the way, guys.
Wow, he actually came here recently, just 2 weeks ago.
By
Yeah,
the way,
he joined
guys.
2 weeks ago.
Fun fact: whenever Michael joined, like we did the complete opposite of what we did to Carrie. We were like, oh my god, it's Michael, without even accusing of him being
Oh,
fake.
yeah.
I posted a screenshot of Carrie's arrival.
Hi, Carrie, which is the chill?
Hey.
Truth, mate.
I wonder what he
told you I'd
thought
be
of it.
expecting this.
I remember they Carrie joined my MiniTWOW server. That was fucking hilarious as well.
And then compare that to Michael joining. Hold on.
Yeah, see if you can find that. Oh, yeah, here it is.
I bet people were like, oh, hey, it's Michael. That's it. Oh.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a... Oh, crap, hold on. Because I opened it. Okay, there we go. There was a much bigger suspension of disbelief to be had for Michael than Carrie, because Carrie was the creator and Michael was the brother, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael was irrelevant.
Trust Carrie was the holy spirit of the game.
Carrie was the cooler one.
Yeah.
Michael's the Holy Spirit part 2.
Holy Spirit Part 2. The sequel.
Yeah, the sequel.
Roasted.
What's it? Then Dawthon get destroyed. Sorry for being out of loop here. Oh no, not my ego.
Rest in peace, Dawson.
Hold on, let me open that screenshot too. Oh, yeah. Carrie joins, he's like, who are you? Are you someone relevant? And then ego shattered.
I mean, literally no one was relevant in 1218.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Literally nobody knew who I was, like until like a couple date after.
They just
I mean,
knew you as the man who
the guy
started it
created.
all.
Yeah.
Nobody
the guy
knew me
started
either.
everything.
No, I
Alright,
think
so
I knew you because I kept on calling you Mr. Brazil.
No, I mean, yes, you did know me, but like before, like the early days, like the first few days, I
No,
think you only started calling me Mr. Brazil like a few days in.
I think I remembered you from your comments actually. When you started talking, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen your comments in the videos because you voted as LEL Watt or something.
What?
Oh hey, I found
Wasn't that your
BFDI
account?
canon in the chat.
No. Oh, okay, never mind. It is.
wait, what?
BFDI canon.
I heard you were wrong, and like I was like, what's that name? And I was like
I
super
see.
confused.
All right. So, should we start segueing into?
Yeah, like
I guess we could
actual
do
Twilight
later
stuff.
Discord stuff because actually, okay, you know the day 1213B dropped. It was when hold on.
One
Oh
of the
shit, I found
craziest moments to
BFDIO.
happen.
Does
Literally
anybody
one of
remember
the.
BFDIO?
No, I don't.
Nobody remembers BFDIO? That was like the first.
Oh yeah,
That was like the
Coint. Remember?
Coint from
Yeah.
BFDIO.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Where's the image of Coint?
I
now?
made that image, didn't I? Like it was.
Please find an image of Coint.
That was
I
great.
need to find
I remember like
That was the
something I
first
remember.
Coint.
Okay.
meme.
Coins
Hold
from
on.
BFDIO.
Yeah, Coint. Yeah, I remember Coint.
Coins
Yeah, I remember
from
Coint as well.
Oh, speaking of early HTC
Uh,
memes,
Yeah.
I
I
cannot
remember
find.
that THT thing.
yeah, I was
Oh.
about to mention that.
Yeah, that was
I think
that
was
was really interesting.
Yep, Coint. Wait. I think
This
I found
is
it.
an incredibly cursed image of what 2016 imagined coin.
It doesn't even look like it looked like a mustache and a mouth.
It does.
I accept this as the true canon.
Yeah,
No.
there's Coint.
There's another like image of Coint that I had.
It was the one
like-
where it was like running backwards, right? It was like with the arms behind it.
Oh
and-
yeah. Yeah, I think it was an image
Coint.
from like the
From
BFD
BFDI.
from the BFDI thing.
Oh, it was IDFB, yeah.
Does anybody have an like an image of that? Because I don't have it anymore.
I don't either.
We can honestly spend like weeks going over stuff that like in
Yeah.
the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
One
guess-
thing I remember is like we were all like super impatient for 1213B. Like
Oh
in the
yeah,
first
and like
days.
back when Carey was active, we would always like flood him whenever he was
Oh
online.
yeah.
Yeah, but like we weren't used to like multi-database or something, and like
Oh yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
that we had a Discord, we like everything communication was much faster, and so we were much more impatient.
Yeah, because I
So,
think
like-
the shortest length between TWOW episodes was 9 hours at one point.
No,
Yeah.
not 9 hours.
No, it was.
9?
It was. It was like
No,
12,
what?
12 7A and 7B and 8A or something.
Oh,
No,
okay.
including the deadline. Not
Oh,
including the deadline. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, but like, 1213B took 5 days to come out after the server was created.
And I think that wasn't that
Yeah.
like kind of unspeakable at the time because of its pace.
Yeah, because like we were so impatient. I remember like everyone kept making memes about how 1213 was taking so long.
And look where we are now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, watch out! It's 1223B 1 year ago. Archived.
2 years ago.
The post is archived. Amazing.
Yeah.
The Reddit post is
Hold
archived.
on. Wait. Going back on the Coint thing for a second. Thought of a
God
meme.
damn it.
Coins from BFDIO.
That's his name.
What? So
That's
what
his name.
exactly does BFDIO stand for? Did we ever decide?
Battle for
don't know.
Dream Island Coint.
Going.
Ogoin. Starts with
Battle
an O,
for
though.
Dream Island. Battle for Dream Island Oil.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's put it on the wiki.
Coint wins.
Okay, should we
Battle
talk
for
about like
Dream.io.
later TWOW Central?
Alright,
I think
later.
hold on, wait, I think we should mention the Billinge versus Midge thing that was
Oh,
revealed.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Bill Midge.
Oh my god. That was like basically the biggest drama of 2016, I think.
That was the
maybe?
biggest drama, I think, of TWOW.
No.
Or actually, no,
Something
I
like
guess later Midge things were bigger.
Yeah, the Midge Central thing was big, but like that was pretty big as well. I remember how nonchalant he was. He just said like, "Oh yeah, Sam Billinge, that's me."
Yeah.
To be honest,
And
I wasn't like really there during the like Billinge and Midge thing, so like I can't really say much about it.
Oh, it was Spicy who found out. Right. So what happened was
yeah,
Spicy's like, hey, can you confirm that you're that you're the Mighty Midge by commenting? He's like, oh yeah, I replied to your comment already. I only see a comment from Sam Billinge. Is there something you'd like to tell us, Midge? And then he came clean.
Spicy kind of wormed it out of him.
Yeah. All of us were so shocked. I remember that.
Well, I remember it being a big deal. I mean, just think about it, like getting an alternate account down to 22.
yeah.
Like getting 2 accounts that far is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. Like
Actually,
if
directly
anything, he'd be
inspired.
like
A lot of
one
people
of
to
the
do it
most-
again.
This is TWOW 13.
one of the most powerful TWOWers.
Yeah, and nowadays we have
One of the
our own
most
versions
powerful
of that.
TWOWers was actually half a TWOWer in a trench coat.
Yeah.
And
Oh
nowadays
my
we have the same
God.
thing
Hey,
with Bonnie the
hey,
Jumper.
Bazinga. Remember this?
Alright, guys,
The
back
cursed
on the coin
image.
thing one more time. I
Yeah, I
found my
remember.
coin image. I found my coin image.
There it is. There's the boy.
There it
boy
is.
Coins.
Hey, wait, hang on.
And yes, I do remember
yes, I
that.
remember Coint.
dude. That was my original PFP.
That was
way
the
back
thing
then.
from that was the pose from IDFB the intro
Yeah.
Michael made. And then everybody
Oh.
turned it into a thing.
Also, remember like the early 12 May 12s? Like the first
Oh yeah,
few
we should talk
days.
about those.
Should we talk about the bot?
Oh,
The,
that too.
the bot
Which
came
bot?
after, like,
TWOW bot?
The TWOW bot, yeah.
yeah, but like
Discord,
first
yeah.
there were like the
Demi-Pixel made
manga
a lot of
Maytals,
crap
and then a
when
few
it
days
started.
later came the 12 bot.
Yeah, we should talk about the Rec Room TWOWs. That you and JCL did.
I mean, Rec Room was like a lot later.
Oh, okay.
Like there were, I remember there was like, I think it was a daily 12 channel where Dawthon would post
Right.
every day or something.
And then he stopped it after 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those
yeah.
Rec Room TWOWs were so like they
Yeah,
had like the worst.
I think it was off topic at the time, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Wasn't it channel 20 point?
Oh yeah, that was when.
No, it was
Jack
just a
created it.
21st channel. That was like an image that accompanied the
No,
announcement.
it was
for
actually called that, and then I proposed Rec Room, and then we changed it.
I still don't get what Rec Room means.
It was supposed to be recreational room.
Recreational room.
Yeah, Rec Room.
Still a weird name to say, but everyone uses it.
I'm not sure why. Yeah.
You started
Yeah.
kind of a trend for the off-topic channel.
And nowadays the Rec Room like is used like usually for only advertisements and not as a set in
Rec Room is
general.
pretty much the ads channel now.
Yeah.
The most recent Discord link in Rec Room is actually the HTC link.
Outstanding move.
What?
Anyway,
Outstanding.
okay, going back to the MiniTWOW thing, I distinctly remember hosting a few manual MiniTWOWs before TWOW was a thing, like in the first few days or something. I think it was, yeah, in one of the channels, I have a text file for, I think it was the second or third MiniTWOW I ever hosted. And like, because the other two, or what, I think it was two, I think the other two like are kind of lost to time now, but I did these in text files instead of sheets. That's how advanced we were back then.
Oh man, just straight up text files.
Yep, I did all the
Oh,
calculations, all the recording, all the votes and shit in a text file. I actually have it. Hang
Upload it.
on.
We'll take a look at it.
Oh man, now that's
I actually posted it already, like in the cage ship chat, I think. Once.
that is like the bottom tier of TWOW
Oh
automation.
my god.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Jeez, dude, that's insane.
Holy shit.
Yep.
What?
That is very, very, very low in the
Oh,
tier.
what I like about this though is, you know, remember those people who name themselves like not a TWOWer or will join TWOW season 2?
Yes.
I remember that.
And then there's that guy that Sam, not a TWOWer, in your list there.
The
Yeah.
best part about
That is
these
true.
responses is that pretty much all of them are BFDIO references.
Also, hang on, look, that text file is dated May
Oh wait, is the
29th,
prompt BFDIO?
so
BFDIO
day
prompt.
6 of HTC, and that was like the third trial I hosted.
Oh, by the way, I'm screenshotting them so I can open them in the browser. Just don't mind me.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, that's how old trial hosts used to do things, people.
Yep.
That is the bottom tier of 2 hours odds making.
Yeah. This file obviously was
Wait, hold
private,
on.
and the results were like just text leaderboard.
Isn't the best response here J? Looking at the percentiles, Dream Island was actually a hallucination. The contestants were
The
high.
contestants were
Yeah.
high.
That was super
What
hyper,
was the
guys.
prompt though?
I don't remember.
God damn
I
it.
think it was what was really
Well,
hiding.
let's try and reverse engineer the prompt from these responses.
No, I remember what it was. It was what was inside Dream Island.
Oh yeah, that makes sense because there's a dream
Specific-
response here.
Yeah, I like Jay.
I do like that super hyper guy, someone who's still in the community to this day. Won
Oh
that
yeah, super
challenge.
hyper guy.
I'm gonna vote on these responses now using my.
We need
feel
to
like
figure out the
updating.
averages. The average
Beautiful
based on the
idea.
votes. Everybody vote in the comments below.
Everybody vote on these responses, and we'll calculate
Yeah,
the
if
results.
you're listening to this, vote on the responses, please.
Yeah,
Please
vote in the
vote.
comments. Currently they're on the screen. Yeah, ignore the results there. Don't let
Ignore
other
the-
voters'
Yeah.
votes influence you. Vote in the comments,
Yeah,
and then we'll
don't-
get back to you later.
Vote,
Alright.
vote in the
Alright,
comments
that's my
using the
vote.
letters in square bracket.
Also,
Dawthon,
notice
you did
how
not use
like
square brackets.
I can't do that
I'm
voice.
so
Yeah.
sorry.
You sinful.
notice
That's
how
my
like
vote.
the last two lines of the document are just vote and a single vote, meaning that I canceled this round 2 voting. So like I did one round of this and I just stopped.
You gave up.
Alright, do you guys remember Demipixel Twabot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came after, I think.
Oh, this was after?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
after.
hold
It
on. Yeah,
was a
wait,
few
Dark,
days in.
before we go to 12 we gotta talk about how we hosted the first duo TWOW.
Oh god.
I think we should talk about that later because that was later, not
Was it?
not at this time.
Okay,
It
I
was-
actually submitted votes.
Oh yeah,
It was
JCL
August.
joined by then, so it had to happen later.
Yeah, that was August because like there was a time like after those first few days, TrialBot came in, and then it was like the only method of hosting trials for like 2 months. And then like around August, it went down, and like we started hosting manually again.
Right.
And that
So
was when-
basically, 12bot's death had to happen so we could start the MiniTWOWs.
Yeah, and
Wow,
that
Thank
was
you for your
when like
sacrifice.
sacrificed TWOW to create actually good.
Yeah.
That was when
I love you,
like
12 bot.
most memorable mini-TWOWs happened. Most people
And-
like
Oh,
don't
remember
remember
when carykh
mini-TWOWs.
hosted the MiniTWOW and like people went ape shit about it?
Oh my god.
Did you host one manually or with TWOWbot?
carykh
it
could
was
probably like
Okay.
carykh could probably like freaking do anything, and everybody would have just went ape shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carrie
Oh,
says
but-
the N-word in the middle of the general
Stop!
channel.
Stop it!
Yo, nerd, do people know about the poker game Dummy Pixel made?
Not most people, but we can talk about it. I'll find a screenshot
Demi
too.
Pixel's poker
Yeah.
game?
Poker?
Yeah,
What?
back then, like,
I don't remember that.
like, no, yeah, you don't, because I'm pretty sure, like, Demi only made it to, like, a mod to play, and, like, people in the private, alumni chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Haha. But, like, it was really fun for
I
Okay.
do remember there were
I
a lot of
I
other
see your
commands.
poker bot and raise you the Mafia server.
Oh, the
I
Mafia
remember that.
server.
Oh god.
I remember hearing about that a few times back then.
I don't remember the Mafia server.
The Mafia server, it was so.
I remember
Like,
like hearing about the Mafia server.
Yeah, I think I might have heard, like, once, but, like...
Yeah, I had a bot that ran in like node.js, and I had no idea how it freaking worked ever. So.
Here's the screenshot I have the whole of the yeah.
Oh,
That brings back so much memories.
Steam Hold'em. Is that website still up?
You might as well. You can check. I don't think so.
Hold GG.
hold on. It's
Hold'em
not.
.gg.
It's not.
It's registered, but it's just not.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
he dropped the project after a while.
Rip.
Rest in peace.
I remember all the books TWOW had and us like exploiting them for fun. That was like
Oh yeah, remember the placement
really
graphs that
interesting.
were all screwy?
What?
The placement graphs for each round, where it would draw like a line from
Oh
dot to
yeah.
dot. I think I have a screenshot of it somewhere. Let me look for it.
That
Oh
was, like,
yeah, the graphs.
That's like the most simple image processing
Like,
you can do.
actually,
How do you
though,
fuck that up?
Like, knowing what I know now, like honestly, like
PC Raisin Parlor. Parlor.
Oh yeah,
Literally
that
just-
was the name of the staff channel. I think was it? It was either Demi
No.
or Chris who made it.
I don't
PC.
remember the name of it.
now this is the old HTC shit that I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of still in the dark. Like this is before me.
And then Nerd did jamming out to like Undertale stuff.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember that
Like
graph.
seriously, how the fuck do you fuck up something so simple as that? As that graph.
Oh.
Look at it.
Oh, the solution.
Oh
the
yeah,
reason,
Nerd.
The reason is you use Node.js.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Node.js is pretty shit, to be
Look
Yeah,
at
honest.
it is.
nerds. Look at nerds' old profile picture, by the way.
I remember that.
That's like a relic.
That was
That
also
is-
the channel in which we did the MiniTWOWs that hashtag games.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh,
Meme TWOWs.
Oh.
Oh,
So was that kind of like after 12 happened?
this is like 12, 13, and 14 right now. This is before we
Yeah.
got the custom booksonas, I think.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I want to talk about Booksonas.
All right, yeah. I don't think there's much to note about 14, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not
then just
much to
the-
know about the TWOWbot times either, other than the graphs.
We were there and the community developed. I guess most notable is the people that were there, like Hurry Churry, Okatwam, etc.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Swim
Yeah.
Plum. No, Swim Plum. Swim Plum's
Swim
definitely one of them.
Swim.
Yeah.
I mean, SwimSwim is here to this day, so.
Yeah, SwimSwim's still
Yeah,
here.
I still. Was Imagine there?
Yeah, she was some Geek the
She
Tell
was-
girl
yeah,
or
she was
Figgy
some
Bar
Geek
at
Tell
the time.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
nerd, remember Team Midnight Light?
Oh, that was an experience.
That was so incredible. We have
What?
to talk about it later.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
gonna
talk
talk
about
about it later. Because that's 1216, that's when teams happened, and then it was after that, so let's do things chronologically first.
Yeah.
Players lol.
So I want to look up the TWOW episode that because we should talk about like 17, 18, 19, 20.
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
Yeah.
pretty like
but that's
at
later
that point.
though.
It's pretty, at that point, it stops being very useful to start like
Oh yeah,
Start-
wait, hang on.
chronologing things by the.
I know
by the
exactly
plot.
when I joined. I started I was most active, so when I saw 1216B, I know exactly what happened.
Wait, yeah, you drew the banner with the 14 contestants, right?
Yes, I 1216B. I was like, I got inspiration. At the time I had Flash, and I was like, I didn't do
Flash.
anything with Flash. And then I saw 1216B, and I was like, the cinematics of it kind of got me inspired. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit down, and I'm just gonna make a TWOW fan art. And so I made. Let me get the image.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. It was like the cliff image, right?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah.
It was
And
the
then
one with the three of us falling off, right? Riley.
Yeah. Yeah, it was it was like the start of the TWOW starts now thing is like the start of the final 10. So it was the final 10 on the top pillar, and then the rest of the 22 falling off.
My favorite part was always like just Sam Billings just sitting in the corner.
Yeah, I added Sam in there just because
he was grounded.
Got the
But what I love about this image is just how old some of these things are and how obviously inspired I was by like II, because around the same time Inanimate Insanity released like some of their assets as like a way to get people to audition to animate. So I kind of just siphoned those and made my own. And then and also another thing about the Reddit is I was the only one who was doing like the paperback book style at the time. I kind of pioneered that from the beginning. How they don't have the seams on the sides. And I think that was more of like I wanted to do my own thing and also a simplicity thing. But basically, I was only on the Reddit through 16 to like 17, I think. And then I made another good image. This was my second one, I think. I have all these still saved on my computer just because I'm never gonna delete them ever. But I made this that was talking about like everybody that was holding things, I think, or had items. And you can see the quality is really low because it's a JPEG and I don't know how to export things from Flash.
Also, looking at the cliff image, looking at Spicy's facial expression, was that like inspired specifically by Paintbrush and II?
Yes. There's a lot of II things.
Yeah, that mighty Midge expression in the second image, like that definitely is from II. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the seven mouth.
Yeah. It's a lot of just II poses, honestly, because that's what I was watching at the time. That's
Hold on. Is it Crafty's is the
Crafty's is soap eating her rag.
Crafty, definitely.
The Mighty Midge. I don't think it was specifically dough, but I think kind of.
No, it doesn't.
I know
look
the Mighty
like
Midge was
I
a
think
specific.
The mouth and crossed arms look like him though.
Yeah, the Mighty Midge was like a test tube shot from episode 10, and then Sam Billings was also something. But anyways, I made this, and then I said in the comments, I was like, if the Mighty Midge changes his Booksona to this image, I will like go like ape shit. And then somebody messaged me. He said he wouldn't do that, but he made it his profile picture in the Discord. And then I was like, oh, there's a Discord? And I didn't know what Discord was at the time because I was still young and I was still an idiot, and fairly new to the internet in general. So the whole reason I joined Discord was just to see the Mighty Midge's profile picture as my fan art, and kind of just like be like, oh, I did that. That's something that I did, you know.
And then you joined, right? You made the your profile picture was like the motherboard chip, right? From your
it was the motherboard. I don't have the that
Look
image,
what I
but...
found.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember that.
I do. That is another
that's
one.
like a lot later though, so we should talk about that
That
after.
is a lot later.
Okay.
I think I have the. Yeah, I have the one. The
Where
actual.
exactly are we even chronologically? Like,
We're like right around the Booksino, I think.
Yeah. This was
yeah,
the
but,
first
like,
one.
there's a lot of things we've
Oh
missed.
my
Like,
god, my old book.
Yeah.
like the August phase with all the MiniTWOWs.
Oh, we should probably talk about that. Yeah, that was your end, right? Like where you and JCLs
Yes.
made the servers.
Yeah, so like around August, I don't remember exactly when it was, but like TWOWbot went down because of a disagreement between Demipixel and the staff, I think.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
that was
over-
Tantasar. Was like
Yeah,
Tantasar and
he
Chris were like
wanted-
about something about Demi.
Yeah, he wanted swear filters, I think. I don't remember what it was. Like, but I remember there was a big drama between Tantasar and Demipixel over the swear filters because Tantasar wanted him to add them to make moderating easier and that stuff. But Demipixel didn't want you because it would be useless and people like just bypass it anyway.
Yeah, swear
I think that
filters
was-
will be.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. Anyway, after that, like for a few days there was kind of like no MiniTWOWs at all because like people just weren't hosting MiniTWOWs now that TWOWbot, and I was the first to host a MiniTWOW after that.
Oh my
Like-
god.
And I think that was one we collabed, right?
No, that was a different one.
It was your
But
third
like,
or
I think
fourth
it was
one.
a
You
few
said, I
days
think.
after.
Oh my god.
But
We'll
yeah,
move
like I think by far the
Oh yeah.
I remember
That's
that.
later though. That's way later.
Yeah,
that's
that's
way
like
later. Wow.
I have those still saved on my phone.
I'm not
so
gonna
is
open
Lauren's
it for
book
now.
naked in that picture?
Yeah,
That's
Good idea.
NSFW.
that's NSFW. Yeah, we can't show that on the podcast.
Yeah, we can show book dicks. That's not
Try me.
That's not how it goes. Nerd shows book
So
dicks. Yeah, oh yeah, I was talking about the MiniTWOW thing. By far the most memorable HTC 12 though was the one I was hosting, and like right after I finished hosting round 1, I had to go because I had to go to my grandma's house, and then like I was gonna be away for half an hour because that's how long it takes for me to get there. And then like I don't know, I think I asked like if someone could host it for me, and Nerd just said yeah, sure. And then like I DM'd him all the stuff he needed.
Dude,
And,
yeah,
like,
we still
I was-
have that, right?
Yeah, I think it was like in the middle of round 2 responding. I don't remember. I'm gonna look that up right now.
All right, yeah. I think I'll just look up for JCL's name because he was a contestant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
JCL existed long before TWOW.
Okay, send a screenshot.
JCL's controversy happened was way before TWOW. He got banned
August
from
13th, right?
one of
Yeah,
the-
there it is.
Yeah, August 13th.
Yeah, JCL got banned from one of the most
Can you
popular
post a
BFDI camps
screenshot
like
here?
7 years ago.
yeah, JCL
Okay.
kind of made a name for himself before TWOW.
Long before
Yeah.
TWOW, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like round 2 voting.
Literally the reason
What's
why
the
his name is
prompt?
It says at the bottom, what's the best way to eat pie?
Oh, I see.
literally
Also,
the
that was
reason
like the
why
most
his name is
memorable
JCL
prompt
K2
ever made.
is because he got banned for alting, and that was his alt account.
Wait, really?
No.
Yeah, there was this really old BFDI camp called Battle for Magic Town, and then there was a sequel
Oh, BFMT,
called
yeah.
and then the sequel was Battle for Magic City, and he got banned from Battle for Magic City because he was caught cheating by controlling 2 accounts.
And then
So,
K2 was
he-
the
he-
alt one?
K2 was the alt, yeah, and
No, I think
so yeah,
like
he's made a name. He's been around for a very long time.
according to himself, K2 was his main one because he made that when he forgot his credentials to his main account. That's why I asked Chu at the end.
Oh, it was like
At least that's
Joshua, whatever, right? Joshua CLK.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
JCLK is his initials, but like, I'm fairly sure that was his like the main account he used, if not like in the camp.
I see.
Anyway, in that screenshot, yeah, I remember giving the stuff to Nerd and then immediately going on the trip to my grandma's house. And when I got back, he was nearly done with it, and I only got to see the finale.
Hold on,
And
let me send
okay,
the
that was-
other part of the DM you sent me, and then we can talk about JCL getting really mad at me and the start of a conflict.
No, actually, I just wanted to mention that there was a lot of debuting, like, of people late into the season. That was a thing that was pretty common. Like, you would host around, and then someone who didn't join would come like, "Hey, can I participate?" And then you would just be sure, and then you would just let that guy join round 2.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was commonplace. JCL did this in like his early seasons, and Alex Lyon of 11 like did this season, and he actually ended up winning.
But didn't Alex? Yeah, Alex was a randomizer, right? He did those.
Yeah, I remember that, but yeah, yeah.
Anyway, okay, I need to explain like a little bit behind this after. Yeah. Anyway, I sent the stuff. And I was hosting it, and I think what was the prompt I made that JCL got super mad at me for?
I think it was contrast like
compare and
capitalism.
contrast capitalism and communism with using a certain amount of. There was a technical there too.
Yeah. JCL didn't even know what capitalism and communism.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Ah.
Wow.
That sounds like a shop talk prompt, honestly.
That does sound. I think.
You
In fact,
did-
I think
yeah,
that
you
was
did
a
that,
shop
do
talk.
that.
Pretty sure that was
Yeah,
a shot
round
talk.
two.
I think that
round
was a
two.
reference to
Without
that
the
on
tech-
purpose.
Yeah, you did it round 2. I think it was.
Yeah, what's the
without
difference
technical.
between a capitalist and a communist or something?
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
I
okay.
literally plagiarized a quote from like some like author and got 7th on that prompt. So
I remember, I don't know, like some people, including Purple, sent a plagiarized quote, and then like 4 people sent the same response, word for
Right.
word. It was, in capitalism, man exploits man. In communism, it's the opposite.
yep, that was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 4 people did that.
It was Meester was one of them.
Shoutouts to my old TWOW strategy, which was Google. Like if the prompt was about communism, I would Google communism puns and then just like pick the best one.
Okay, Purple Gaze.
Purple Gaze does that to this day.
God damn it, Purple.
Yeah, oh yeah, that, yeah, JCL got super mad at you, I remember that. I
Yeah,
think
and I
that
was
was also... That was also a MiniTWOW where Alex did elim cards for everyone.
Yeah, I think that was when Jason got super mad at me, left a lot of mean comments on my YouTube channel, and then I gave him the meme lord role or something,
Right.
and he got really mad
The
at me.
Lord.
Was it because of that? I think it was...
I don't remember.
I do remember you meme lording him, but I don't know if it's for the same reason. For the same thing, I mean.
It was related to YouTube. That's all I know.
Yeah, but we can't remember.
Oh, I think he put it in his channel description. Also, if you follow some nerd, unsubscribe from him. I should have subscribers, not him or something.
Oh
This was
my
a really
god.
long time ago.
Oh no.
That really
yeah,
sounds
he-
like a JCL thing.
That yeah.
It was a long time ago, though.
I wonder how JCL is gonna feel when he hears this.
I don't think
In the
he's gonna watch
podcast.
this, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Hey JCL,
No,
if
are
you're
we
watching
gonna-
this...
No,
Hey
you're gonna
JCL,
watch
if you are
this,
watching this, please release your prompt. I'm just kidding because he asked me to help him make a prompt and I didn't answer.
Oh my
I actually
god.
forgot to answer. I only remember that now.
Alright, so what's next?
Anyway, I think that's most of the relevant things to August. JCL and Dark's servers were the main 2 TWOW servers at the time.
Yeah.
No, I think that will, like...
No,
the TWOW community is so fragmented now. There really isn't
Okay,
even
man,
a
what
main
was
TWOW server
Crafty?
anymore.
Spracty was a lot
No,
later.
hey,
Sprafty
Yeah, it
came
was
a
on,
lot
like-
later, yeah.
Oh god.
So,
Oopsie.
Okay, so
Spoilers.
that was August 13th that MiniTWOW. JCL made his server on August 15th. So it's possible that he made it, like, in this hype of hosting MiniTWOWs. I remember I made a server, like, around that time as well, but then deleted it after, like...
I can't
the
remember when I
active-
joined, but I'm pretty sure I joined around August 22nd, maybe?
I can check our DMs. I'll do that real quick.
I think it was August
Yeah.
22nd was when I joined.
Anyway, yeah.
No, you
and
DM'd
then
me on August 14th.
Oh. So it was before.
So you're right
August
around this
and-
time, actually.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
August and September were, like, when the first WoW servers were created, and a lot of them were created, but, like, only two survived, which are mine and JCL's.
Okay.
JCL's was created a full month before mine. Mine was September 16th, and his was August 15th, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't he count his seasons from the Rec Room era, too?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay, so the first one was on his server?
Yep.
Okay.
But he hosted, like, so many seasons, because seasons were so fast, and, like, when I started, like, it was just 1 month after him. But when I started, he was already at season 7.
Right, there it is.
How many
Yeah.
seasons is he at now? Like 14?
13.
13.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, it took me 1 year to reach 7 seasons. And
Yeah.
he did it in...
The first few
He
of his
did
were
it
like
in-
6 or 7
yeah.
people, though.
Yeah. And a lot
Oh,
of them
yeah.
were just 1 day.
That topic does, we do have to talk about, remember when a definition of a big TWOW was 20 people?
Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
remember that. That also, like, reminds me of the wars that basically the duopoly JCL and I had of
You
main
know,
talks.
honestly, the definition of a big cloud didn't really, like, rise that much.
Yeah.
A big MiniTWOW before like Shop and Sprafty was like 20 people.
Yeah.
I think it was like, Darks got to around 135 by season 5, right?
137. Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
with the carryat. So, like, that story is just so fucking funny because, like, so around September, so that was when JCL and I started basically our battle of who had the most contestants. My first season had 7, and his best season had 10, I think. And then by my next season, I got 17, and by his next season, he got 20, and then I got 28, and then I don't remember, and then he got 54, and I got 35. And then he was clearly, like, in the lead. And then Spicy advertised my TWOW in TWOW 21A, and then just, like, so many fucking people came in. It was just hilarious because I had absolutely demolished JCO in that. And I went from 38 people to 137.
Jeez. All from one mention. Wow.
Yep.
That's how relevant.
That was, like, so unprecedented back then. Like back when it started, his season, which had 50 people, that was, like, pretty big. And, like, but then I got almost triple that. And it was just fucking unreal.
Yeah.
That was, like, the first time the MiniTWOW and the TWOW community really collided.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that was definitely the defining moment where we emerged as a community rather than a fringe ragtag group of people.
Yeah.
Of people.
When again?
December,
Dark season
like-
5.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, because that's
definitely.
what Spicy advertised mine.
By the
Also, we
way,
should mention-
Dark didn't think it's still the best mini quality in time, prove me wrong.
Dark season 6.
Was that
I
the one you got
only-
alumni in?
I think I only
What?
participated in one Dark and I threw it immediately, so I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
much
yeah.
about Dark.
Swim and I joined and DNP'd immediately. In Dark
Yeah, I
season
remember
4, I think.
I think I
Indeed,
joined Dark
4.
Season 7, threw with an 11-word response in the first round, and it just fucked up my TWAW average forever. I pretty much exclusively participated in TWOW, so it pretty much.
Also,
just
we should take at least 2 moments to like mention the Team Midnight chat because I
Okay,
was
yeah, let's.
present.
There's actually a little bit of relevance to all the other events in HTC through Midnight Light. But anyway, this was a server
Oh, God.
created by who was it? Was it PiRho?
I think it was Uri who created it.
All right, okay. And oh yeah, Hurry just was an admin and then he spammed it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Actually, around that time, like, everyone was creating team servers for their respective people, for their respective contestants. Like,
Yeah. Huh.
there was the Team Yaso in chat, and I was the one who created the Team PPCS chat because I was on his team back then. And then I was basically Team PPCS and Team Midnight secondarily.
And then anyway, yeah, Team Midnight Light had a lot of weird things in it, especially because PiRho liked to post NSFW things.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
Oh, please no.
I'm
God,
not
I
even
never
gonna
got into the
sugarcoat it.
team.
I never
shit.
got into the team stuff either, and I'm
I was
probably.
Well, I
Only-
mean, Midge
I was-
Ventral, but we could talk about that later.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
Midge
even
Crafty.
gonna
because I was
sugarcoat it. There was a
in
lot of
camp, so I
like there are copious amounts of porn.
copious amounts.
Yeah, and then he
What
made
that
the
was-
TWOW generator with the generate 2 names and then have a verb in the middle or something, and they were all.
Yeah, I did version 2 of that. I still have that.
Or post it.
Hang on, I'm gonna try to find it. And I remember, like, I think it was Huri who made the NSFW chat, and then like people just started spamming porn, and then like someone said, "Wow, we shouldn't be doing this in the server." And like I don't remember who it was who said it, but like it was one of the funniest messages I ever read at the time. And it was like, Midnight is 15 years old. She's old enough to spam porn in Discord.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
And that's not even true because you have to be 18 up if you don't want to get into legal trouble.
Yeah.
It might have been PiRho, now that I think about it. That sounds like something he would say.
Yeah. I remember he was the one who created, like, I think it was the first piece of TWOW porn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we should mention that very much, but I think we all know what we're talking about.
Hold
Yeah,
up.
let's. We don't have to. We probably shouldn't go over some of these kinds of
I'm just
things.
gonna post in chat, like, not the actual image, don't worry, but like,
Oh,
but
no.
like what it was, just so in case you're confused, don't say it out
Yeah,
loud, okay?
the
Because we don't need
the
to make
viewers,
this
you don't get
even
to
more.
know this, so it's just us five.
Yeah.
No!
Oh, I remember that. I remember that just like circulating around.
Yeah, and then no, it's funny. The second guy that Duck just named, he would go around sending it to people who asked him about it.
Yeah. It was a problem
It really was.
because like nobody had ever been that stupid before.
And then now there we were.
Yeah.
Oh, also, there was the person who made, like, the Juhmatok x Midnight Light fanfic.
That was she's still around. It's violin tubing.
Wait, she was the one who made that?
She made it.
Oh.
What? Okay,
Man.
what the fuck?
All right. Anyway,
Damn.
here's the art made by the same dude. He drew
Wait,
non-pornographic things.
Oh yeah.
You should post it like a
Does
censored version of it.
anybody still have the image of that?
No, we should. I don't want to see that image.
Actually, I think I
Yeah, I
do.
didn't see it either.
Dark,
not gonna
don't
post
post it. Don't post it.
Don't
I'm not gonna
post
post
it.
it. Also,
Just
hang on,
DM
let me
me
just try to find something.
DM me
I
it.
remember my first DMs with both Crafty7 and Riley are me DMing them the fanfic of Juhmatok and Midnight Light.
Oh God, I remember that.
No, but it's because they asked for it.
Oh yeah. Can we talk or can we get into like art gallery stuff now that we're kind of in
I
this
think we're
position.
that's a good transition
Yeah.
at this point.
So I'll
Yeah.
talk about art gallery.
Wait, hang on. Can I at least just take a while to post the fanfiction link here so you can check it out if you want?
No,
I've been doing dramatic reading in the podcast.
no, let's not do a reading. We have to actually progress.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
post it
God,
here in
Put that
case
in the
anyone.
description. I don't know if I want
We
to.
can
though.
put it. Well, might as well throw.
Oh, it's
Description.
very short and also very horrendous.
Can we not? Can we not? No.
Let's
Yeah, we're not gonna read this. I mean, if you
No.
want
Alright,
to read
let's
this,
read
you
it.
can.
Redacted, censored. Redacted to O5
Redacted.
clearance.
Thank you. Baz.
Redacted. His redacted. Censored by ethics committee. Jesus
But
fuck.
then Carrie went into the bedroom.
But then
Thanks.
Carrie went into the bed. Redacted, expunged.
Expunge.
Excommunicated.
Hold on. Is the last word together?
No, the last word is end.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was kind of anticlimactic.
Continued.
All right.
Well, the last word
Well-
before end is continued, and the
Hey,
word before
nerd,
continued is
nerd,
redacted.
can you
wait, hold on.
please-
Remember when Flowey / Vio posted this to the subreddit, right?
Well,
Wait, really?
Yeah, and Meester made a comment on on it, and he responded with, "That's not anatomically possible. Overall, I give this a 3 out of a 10." Like that
Oh,
implies
man.
that he read it and took the time to think about the quality, and then rated
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why music?
that was fucking hilarious. I remember
have
there
8
was a
reviews.
comment.
Why does it have 8 reviews? I gotta read them.
I
Okay.
remember one of the reviews is by someone who claims they were carykh.
All right, let's see. We have
Like,
have
it was a username
that says
called.
hot. Alright, you got 8
No,
reviews.
Carrie also saw that. I remember now.
Yeah, I remember.
no.
On the
Like,
subreddit,
I remember
Alright.
someone
said,
asked in the subreddit. I wonder if Carrie has seen it, and then like he answered saying, "I have seen
"I
it
have seen it." Full stop or something
yeah,
with a
that's
period at
it.
the end.
with a period at the end."
We've got Ed Hot. Child, how does this work? Their books and why? Another one.
That's the best response.
Another one from Child is how does this work? Their books and why? Dark. December 19th,
Wait, what?
2016. Beautiful.
Hey, can you refresh
And
that?
we have one from Wrong Answer. It's okay. Why does this exist? No,
Oh, wrong.
no.
We'll talk about wrong when I can.
We have Ticustido. Dude, seriously. We have carykh. Why with a period?
Yeah, that was a fake account of Carrie.
We
That was
have Guest, which says, "What the fuck did I just read? I feel violated on so many levels." 7 out of 10 to George. 7 out of 10 to.
Also refresh the page.
No,
I
hold
just
on.
posted
Let
one.
me go web archive this. Hold on.
Wait, what?
Did you just say archive?
Archive.
Archive.
That's some Baz lingo coming out.
Beautiful.
I do remember that.
You know that Gravity Falls with the stands pointing is like, now this is beautiful. That's dark.
No,
Yeah.
Just point it like, just make a version of that meme, and he's just pointing to that post. Like, not the fanfic, just that post.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, and it just says beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right. So should we talk about art gallery now?
Which point of time are you in?
I think we're kind of at the point where I joined.
Yeah, you
Can
should.
we talk about the staff? Because
No, later.
We'll
We
talk
can
about the staff
wait.
later.
We can mention Midge Mandrel along with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
around
talk
my
about-
promotion is a good time to go over the history of staff.
Yeah. Oops. So anyways, art gallery, which that was first used as the way to get fan art to carry. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was the first.
yeah.
That was how fan art was gotten to carry. But then that's what the Reddit was used for. That the TWOW fan art Reddit was kind of recycled into that. And that's where I kind of first came from, and then I joined around the same time. And I remember my first message. My first message was just hi. It's HI, really simple. And then I started sharing like all the stuff I'd
The
made.
name's H, the name's I.
I started sharing all the stuff I made on the Reddit, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, you're so good! Can you do like Booksona art?" And that's kind of where the ball started rolling for me in terms of like Booksonas and stuff like that.
And that's when I asked you to make the Booksino, I think.
Yeah. So Nerd messaged me around the time where everything was kind of catching on, and he was like, "Can you make the staff of like the 22 books and that the 22 finalists and also the staff of TWOW Central in a casino, and I'll post it." And it was kind of on a whim, right? Because you kind of were just like, "Oh yeah, can you just do this for me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's some nerd. Yeah, sure, I'll do whatever you
because I printed. Yeah, I think in sophomore year, I printed out the art you made of the 22.
Oh yeah, you put it in your binder.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's what I did.
You put it in your binder for school. I remember that. And then I also self-inserted myself in this one.
Not a true artist if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when my Booksona looked god awful. Like literally. And then this is around the time where I started talking to Diamond. He was a character and a half back in the old TWOW days. And then we also made we also made the collaboration artwork that we both did. That was fun.
I remember
that. You can find the TWOW collab thing.
The Midge and Midnight part of that was the best part.
Yeah, that was
for me, since I was such a head honcho in the TWOW fan art community. I think that's where a lot of like certain base grounds were formed on like shipping and something like that, because nobody else was doing fan art except for me and a few other people, like the main TWOWers, I think. And like it just kind of, or at least nobody was pumping out faster than I was, and I think that's just kind of where the ball got rolling. And
I think it's because I pinned your message. It was
yeah.
Like a snowball
pins.
Effect.
Let's talk about pins. So
Pins.
in Discord, you can pin certain messages, and you can like reference them later, and you can and pins and art gallery were like, those were god tier like things. Like everybody was thirsty for pins in art gallery, and
basically like priority list was like
I have to go, guys.
Oh, yeah, you have to go.
All right, see ya, Bizinga.
See ya.
See ya, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, well, that's the Bazinga leave noise. The basically priorities were like 3 food, 2 breathing, and then 1 getting pinned in art gallery.
Yeah, getting pinned in art gallery was like the thing to.
Yeah.
And I dominated pins.
Yeah, like Loren could like say hi in art gallery.
Hi, and it would get pinned.
Yep.
Literally, most of the fan art I made would get pinned. Would be pinned, and everybody, pretty much the rest of art gallery was envious of this. Especially Cody Nutt.
Cody Nutt.
Yeah. I remember
Cody Nutt. Yeah.
Cody Nutt was such an interesting guy.
Yeah, he was very interesting. Honestly,
Wasn't he? He was into the Fairly Odd Parents very much, right?
The book was the Fairly Odd Parents. I know.
Yeah, and he was like, he kept saying like, "Oh, I always get second in everything," and he would get salty like that.
Oh,
yeah, he'd be salty over the amount of pins I had.
I think I took a photo of him making a post, and I posted it on I Am Very Smart, and I got like a decent amount of upvotes.
What?
Because I think it's like I'm just too smart to have fun now or something. And then I'm like, okay. And I posted it and like got a
I'm
decent
just
amount of
too
internet points.
Nerd
Thanks
gets
for the
farms
gold, kind
into it.
stranger.
Thanks for the Reddit gold, kind stranger. Yeah, so pins was a big thing, and then as like art gallery progressed, stuff like the mod art that I made and Gabe's reaction to it of being, why do I have? He said like, why do I have 4 hands? I think.
Oh yeah, because he was like
Oh, I
shaking his hands,
remember
right?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
He-
TWOW comics as well. Like, I think it was Imagine who made them.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
was
and that
Swim
was in
Swum.
one of them.
Swim Swum. They
Swim
were
Oh,
Swum.
awesome.
Swim?
We gotta go over those later.
Swim's comics are still god tier. Like he still does some stuff like that if you can get him to.
They're still pinned in art gallery.
Are they? Are my
They
pins
are.
still there
First
in art gallery?
pin.
I'm pretty sure. At least.
First pin in art gallery is him. Actually, it's Imagine reposting his comics because of Asha.
No, I'm pretty sure. No,
Okay.
that's the library Booksona.
Oh yeah,
Is
the
it? I don't
Booksona
know. One of
library.
the first pins is Imagine for posting.
Okay,
like,
there's Melodies here.
comics.
Oh, Melody was another of the big names.
Melody
remember
was
that?
another big name in the gallery.
Yeah.
Beside me, she kind of also did just everything as well. Like covered all the bases.
Yeah, she did comics, Booksonas, everything.
Yeah. Booksonas though were another thing. Like there were a few people such as like Hurry.
Sorry, I'm cutting in and out. So can you say that again later?
So like people who would make Booksonas for other people like Hurry and Andyman were also kind of big in the art gallery, like the Booksona creators of such. And that would eventually become me. Yeah, like look at all of these from Andyman. These are so good. That would eventually become me with the post. I don't remember when the poster happened. I think it happened. That happened around during Hurricane Matthew for the Florida boy.
Oh yeah, you have the 50 poster, Dark, right?
I mean, I have the 50 poster. If anything, what was on the who got into the 50 poster?
Not me.
I can't remember.
Poster. Can you post it again?
Yeah, I'm posting it.
I think if I remember correctly, is what. Sure.
It
was
was
the artists and like staff and alumni.
Yeah, and then a handful of people from the art gallery. This is the most recent one I did of it, like because you can see like Imagine 4 is Imagine 4. She used to be TWOW Girl and things like that.
Wait,
but
I'm gonna take time to name all 50 of these and see if I can still do
are
it.
you really gonna name?
Oh God!
Okay, watch.
They're in alphabetical order. It shouldn't be too hard.
A9K, Alex Lyon, Autumn Fox 98, Best Shive, crazy dude guy who's now dumb school kid. That's Dawthon. That's Cody Nutt. That's Crafty. Koo. That's Damino XE234.
Domino.
Oh no, I forgot this guy. Is it Starsphere?
I know what this guy's named. No, it's not Starsphere. Dapig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dapigan.
Just remember, these are in alphabetical order.
These are in alphabetical order.
Okay, there's Diamond, Fry UI, Gabe, one of his Booksonas, Green Tree, Satomi, Hurry, Exxon, Jennings, Joho, Juhmatok. Is that? I forgot. I know his name. It starts with K.
It starts with a K. I can't remember.
Porcelain. Yeah. That's Mado now. Old book. Lauren, LP, Manasser, Meester, Melody, Midnight, Mike Ramsey, Nishada. I haven't seen him in a really long time.
I haven't seen Nishada in a while either.
I've
Same with
seen him a while ago because like JCL made a server for the people that were in his community for a long time, and he was active.
Oh, I see. And then there's Okatwam, PPCS, Corby King, Riley, Sam Billinge, Imagine, myself, Spicy, Steve Minecraft 46.
Yeah.
I love him.
No.
What a guy.
There's Yoshi, Tak Ajnan. Yeah, Tak stopped talking as soon as he's eliminated, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's
Salty.
Tant, Taup, Futek. I haven't seen him in a while. Even in YouTube
Yeah, I haven't seen
PMs
him
because
Futek never even joined the Discord.
yeah.
There's
It's okay.
Midge.
Who? Wait, is that
Festival.
Tim Video, right? Tim.
Tim. Yeah, it's Tim Video.
Wait, no, it's not Tim Video. Tim Video was someone else. This guy's the Singaporean guy.
I could open the file and make sure that you have
It's
it.
Tim 246
There
or
is-
something.
Tim
We'll skip
something.
him for now, and
And then it's Bombsy, Someone, and someone else.
And
I don't
Zane.
remember that guy's. Oh yeah, he's. Yeah.
Tim _ 67.
Yeah, that guy.
That's Bombs, Yason, and Z. Yep, that was the original 50. And then this grew into the 100 poster, which we shouldn't name because that would take a while. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post that.
Also-
This was the before I made all the constant updates, and then
was the
That's the
one-
169.
that, and then the 100 poster, the 169 poster, the HTC anniversary picture.
Hold on, this is gonna take a while to load. Give me a sec.
Why did you like remove the order for the 169?
Why am I
Um,
hugging vodka in the 100?
Because that was a part of your Booksona.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, that was your book back
you
then.
liked Smirnoff a lot back then.
You realize that was underage, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You always made jokes about Smirnoff though.
Yeah, I know.
But I removed the order. I don't know. I wanted something new, and also I took it out of. I know. Oh, I know why I took it out of alphabetical order. It was for the game with this.
Oh
Do you remember?
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
The whatever it was called. I can't remember.
The
but
I don't know.
the
It was a
website.
game.
The quiz game on who was who,
It was
So that
yeah.
you could-
Nuthatch and I made that.
so that you didn't you weren't able to stuff like that. With
Also,
order.
I found something like it's that ship generator thing. It's from a while ago. I realized that, but I finally found that ship generator thing I said I did. That generates like a name, two names and a verb. I mean, and it's so incredible. Like, click the button a few
I'm
times
not
and
clicking
read
that.
what comes.
Yeah.
I'll post it in the description, but I am not doing that for the video.
No, just check it out. Don't read them, but just check it out just to see what kind
but-
of shit.
I got a 502
Yeah,
error.
it was a lot of just people handing in booksonas to me to make, and I made so many booksonas for people.
I can't load the webpage, Dark.
It was a lot. It was just a lot
Weird.
of just the thing people sent me. But anyways, afterwards of this, when the server became more and more popular, and I remember people used to discuss like the 3 gods of art gallery. Do you remember that, nerd?
It was
No, I
like you,
don't.
Melody.
It was
and-
me. No, it was me, King, and Wrong Answer.
Right.
Oh,
right,
yeah,
right,
King.
right.
Oh,
Where
right, I
we're
remember.
famously quoted as the 3 gods of art gallery. I think I still have an image
Yeah,
of it.
you were a trio for a while. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have an image of it somewhere. But that was kind of like the.
Oh yeah, that was back when King went by Taco or something.
Yeah, that was back when King went by Taco, and that was just kind of the point in time where we started to art gallery became like the hot spot of HTC, and I think that was around where TWOW Central became HTC. In fact,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, though, we should talk about the Banchel incident soon.
Oh, also,
Oh,
just before
Banjo.
we go into the Banjo incident, I think it's interesting that like Wrong has largely disassociated from the HTC community
yeah,
since then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but
only-
she's still active. She's still in
closest
the
tenable
Kinship
link-
chat.
Yeah, it's CSC. That's her closest link at this time now.
Yeah.
that is very interesting, honestly.
Oh,
I
did
wonder
you
if they
show
still
Wedge?
Let's send this
No,
video
this
to
was
her.
this was fan art.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah, which is kind of
damn.
pretty. It's I don't remember who did this. I wish I did so I could credit them, but
Wait,
it was kind of like
is it Awesome Sauce?
it might have been Awesome Sauce. But he
Alright.
drew. Whoever did this drew the books in each of our styles.
Very
Yeah,
impressive.
It fooled me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Not wrong,
like the
though,
thing with
that.
me, Taco, and Wrong Answers, we were constantly doing comics and art gallery and kind of like butting off of each other.
Oh, remember
And-
you made the comic in Flash about? It was me
Wrong
and Wrong.
Answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrong Answer.
Oh, I
She can
remember
never,
that.
she
That
can
was
never
funny.
change direction or something. Yeah.
Yeah, how they never changed direction and stuff like that, and yeah, it was fun times, honestly, in the Three God era of art gallery.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah,
but-
because Wrong literally came back one day. Even I knew she was on the server for the longest time as moderator, but I'm like, oh, she's just there. I've never seen her do anything. One day she just designed Splatoon book. I'm like, damn, you're a good artist.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Ron kind of just popped out of nowhere, but should we? That's kind of like in terms of art gallery and like the most popular things. Like that's kind of like the history of it. After the Three Gods thing kind of split up, I was still active in there, but on a decrease. And then
and I
also
think
some.
eventually it was like that was kind of replaced by, I don't know what to call it. It was when Jay Cassell and those object artists came in.
Yeah, that was kind of what like TWOW kind of like went on the decrease, and like the object show stuff kind of popped up more.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the decrease of popularity.
And eventually it wasn't like it was eventually it became like a sketch dump rather than, oh, here's a completed piece of art I worked on for a couple of days. And I think that's what it is now.
It became that was when it was declining. But that's basically the base history of what art gallery kind of was. And you know what? It was fun. It was fun for a time. We had a lot of cool things like Koo and Swim and Maggie and the boys.
Oh wait, hold
I
on.
didn't really pay attention.
Me and the boys in art gallery.
Before we move on, there is one thing I think we didn't look at yet. Hold on.
What?
Well, first of all, there was Lauren's comics about like the Halloween one and all that.
Oh yeah, we don't have to talk about those though. Those are
Alright.
story.
Yeah, and then I think what another key point of it. Well, first of all, here's two I took from the Reddit way back when. I'm not gonna show these. I just want for reference
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
Oh,
Yeah, the Reddit was a big deal, honestly, because
Yeah.
all the fan art on there would make it into TWOW.
Yeah.
So if you put something on there, it was definitely in, you know.
And then
But,
okay. Where is it? I just had it. Give me a bit. Sorry. I think
okay.
I think I called it TWOW, so it should be around here. Yeah, here it is. Lauren, I think this was at the time. You put like a couple of days into this.
Oh, is it the big one? The one that's like
Yeah, it's the one where I'm flying a
vertical?
helicopter.
Yeah, I
Oh.
remember.
That's not a helicopter.
Forever.
Or whatever.
It was some sort of like smart flying machine. But
I like-
basically it's like I made my own style of books from this that was really quick and easy instead of assets, so I could make things like more expressive and such.
After.
Oh yeah. Alex with his tongue. That was a really nice
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah, because Alex was weird,
Yeah.
famously
Haha,
weird.
weird. So funny.
Kind of quirky
And-
though.
Yeah, kind of quirky though. But basically, just like I wanted to make something that kind of highlighted the final five in TWOW, and this was what I came up with. And then again, it calls back to the OG TWOW Starts Now fan art in terms of like showing the final 22.
And
And
then
they're
Crafty's bouncing there.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was the bouncing ball. It's very good. I
And
think
then-
PPCS might be my favorite.
Oh wait. Do you want to know my favorite part about on. I have
What's that?
Your audio is cutting off for me.
This was also kind of the first time I drew Kale.
just damn billion just clean on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like to put Sam Billings.
I'm still relevant.
I'm still relevant. Then,
I'm
to be
still
honest, Sam Billings
relevant.
was very relevant. It was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before it was revealed that he was the nobody really cared about him at all. He was very mysterious.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
anyways, I think we can talk about Bantrol.
Mid-Bantrol. Yeah,
Alright,
segue
okay.
with the... Yeah, this is a bit of a, like, sensitive
Yeah,
issue.
Yeah, we
for
gotta
a
be
few
careful what we
people,
said,
so-
but at the same time, it's like we're the
Yeah.
people who know the history of it, and the average person doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of
Yeah,
an
so
insider.
just know that... So, like, just if you're watching this, just know that there is stuff we're gonna gloss over for the sake of, like, keeping certain things private.
Yeah.
But, also, this is the first topic that all four of us can talk about because we were all there.
Yeah, in equal capacity too, probably.
hmm
yeah.
Okay, but
I
So-
forget though how it started. I forget.
we should
how-
probably
It was
start with the
created by-
history of the staff first, because that's what
let's start
really
with
leads
the
up to
history
it.
of the stuff.
Yeah.
Right, so Dawthon on the first night, he realized he needed some mods because it grew exponentially. And I think there were a good
Yeah.
100 users. This is when the original role was still
yeah.
around.
Oh, yeah. All right. Can I take a spotlight?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're talking about for my mods. Okay. Oh, whoopsie! I knocked down my phone. So basically, I was like panicking because I knew the server was gonna blow up. So I was like, oh god, I gotta promote the mod. And then I say in the general chat like, oh, I need mod. And the first two people like to come up were like Satomi and Bitey, who ironically were the first two mods I chose, because they were literally the only two to step up.
Yeah,
That's
and it's funny because I invited Satomi the previous night too, so that's how
Yeah.
she got into the Bullet Club, as we called the mod team for a while.
Bullet Club.
It was the
Haha.
Bullet
I
Club, that's
remember
right.
that. I remember you guys calling it the Bullet Club, I
That was
think.
so from that's like a New Japan Pro Wrestling ref, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
So basically, where do you want me to stop with like with this promoting mod thing?
Just
I-
let's
You
do
can
the
gloss
history.
over...
We could do history of the mods
Okay.
really quickly.
Okay,
Yeah.
history of the mods very quickly. The first two were Satomi and Bitey Man 33, and then the next two, like I think it was like a month later or like 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
maybe like. I'm pretty sure I promoted like Spicy and Hazel just to have mods and a taupe. How do you pronounce it? Taupe?
Tau.
Taupe. Because
Taupe and Francis
I
Wright.
knew that they were going to increase like god tier like. So
And then Tantasar took over most of the managerial capabilities gradually.
Yeah.
And then like we have mod applications, and I think I promoted Corby and Green Tree in that batch.
And me.
No. I think you were in the batch with Riley and Gabe.
No, I was with the Corby
No.
and Green Tree.
Oh, okay. And then Riley, Gabe, and then whatever.
And I think this is the point where I was demoted already had the batch with Iexon, Joho, and Midnight, and Shibe.
Shibe too.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like some of them got admin, and then others got senior mod.
Yeah.
That kind of a big deal back.
And then
Back
you
in-
stepped down after Midsummer because of a conflict with Tantasar or something.
Yeah, I still don't really remember the details of that.
And then Spicy got
that's not-
ownership, yeah.
And then Spicy passed. Yeah, I gave it to Spicy because I was on vacation, and what I should have done was I should have given it to him. I don't know why I did, but they wouldn't give me it back because I was really like if I were to guess, it was because I was really like immature and I wasn't really the right person to run
Laissez
it.
faire is
at the moment.
probably the best way to explain that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mods probably didn't really like me that.
They were mad about the swearing rule you made in memes.
Was that really why?
That was one of them.
Yeah. Do you mean when I was like when I try to allow some swear words but not like all of them?
Yeah, you said you can swear in memes but nowhere else, and then Tantasar's like, "No, you're dumb, Chris."
Oh god. Yep, this was happening back then. I thought it was
Imagine that
because I was
rule
like really
in place
immature
today.
back then because I wasn't really the most mature person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I got demoted, Spicy got mod, and then who else got promoted? Or, Spicy
Joho
demoted,
got the second admin position.
obviously. And then
I think
remember
that's
when
where
he
we
was
leave off,
promoted.
actually.
Okay, and then Bantle starts.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
okay, so for a bit of context, Midge was like always a bit of a controversial fellow. And
Yeah, he would always stir up something.
Yeah, and he then I don't remember what the catalyst was. I think it was like him changing his profile picture
Yeah,
made a
Midnight
middle
gave
finger.
him Meme Lord 5, and then he made his profile picture the middle finger.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
And then he got banned. And so I think that was indeed around like November or such.
It was November, yeah.
Yeah, and that's when a certain person, I'm not gonna name for sake of privacy, created a server basically to house Midge or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what exactly was the primary focus.
What was
but,
the
like,
purpose? Yeah.
The purpose, I think, was just to complain about things.
Yeah,
it was like HTC policies.
It was a safe haven for people who were more on Midge's side and had criticism of HTC.
Yeah.
And the server creation was important because on that same day, it was Nostalgia Day, which was HTwins' 6-month anniversary, and they started a new mod app.
Right.
And that was when a lot of stuff began. And I remember that time quite fondly because on the first day, I spent like 3 hours making my application and then sent it. And I remember Nerd DM'd me and like complimented me on it. And it
I
was
was your
quite
only
hilarious.
proponent, though, because of other events that happened after, and we should probably explain that.
But that's part of the story. But
By
like
the way,
before that happened, I actually had a pretty good chance, I think.
By the way, can I get a date for like when all this is happening? Because I just found a Google document of like something I made.
November 24th. November 24th was the 6-month anniversary of HTC when the first mod app was released and when Midge Bantle was created.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
And
pretty
I
sure
think it was.
I'm pretty sure I tried to like reapply for mod 2, but then I got denied.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
yeeted for that.
I think he just did a meme app for that.
I can actually pull up the spreadsheet, not on the stream, but like to comment on as we go through this.
Okay, so
Alright,
I
so
think
tell me when we start getting into December, because that's when I made the document.
Okay, so for 24th around that time, we kind of like kept talking to each other on the Midge Bantle server, and amongst the members were us four, like, but especially noteworthy is Nerd being there because he was a staff member himself.
Green Tree was too.
Yeah, Green Tree was too, but he was like he wasn't discussing things, he was just sort of there, and nobody really trusted him either. But we still like kept talking, sharing our criticisms, and that culminated in, I think it was November 25th or 26th, when we basically came out against HTwins Central in the server discussion channel, and just like a lot of people in the server joined an argument against, like, it was mainly for the triggered rule.
Yeah, the triggered rule.
Yeah, and a lot of people joined. I was one of them. And then it was just a huge fucking argument between the staff and a lot of people in Midge Bantle. and then
I remember there were people on Midge Banshall who were like surrogates and leaking information from their.
yeah, but like I think it was PiRho and Greentree.
Yeah, it was. Hold on, it was a coordinated. Okay, try not to mention too many names, but we had a coordinated,
Yeah, but
essentially raid on server discussion one day, where we were like, essentially trying to flood the channel with disagreement and discontent with the rules.
Current.
I don't think
the
it was
rules.
really flooding. It was just us stating
hold on.
our arguments. It wasn't really a flood. It was just us starting a bigger
I don't
argument.
really remember, but it got out of hand. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, can I like cut in for a moment? Like bring up
Yeah.
like bring a document. Okay. So basically like I was in Mid Bantrel too. Okay.
Yeah.
Like obviously I was the former owner who kind of got screwed because the mod didn't like agree with like how I wanted to roll that like at the time. So
And
what I
then you
decided
got
to do-
meme lorded somehow. I forgot how.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I broke a couple rules which is fair because I did break rules, right? So that that whole thing was my fault. So what I decided to do, like, I'm not sure if I would meme load it or not, but like I decided to make like a document about like what I thought we could improve, like the staff could improve about TWOW Central, and like basically we like put our opinions on the staff and the rules, and like we also made a new rule thing.
Someone
I'll
made a
link it to you guys.
petition. I remember that now.
Here,
What?
it was hashtag make HTwins Central GradedA.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
Like I'll give you a quick rundown. This is all really old stuff, so like whenever I send this document, like I don't have the same opinions now. So basically, it's like blah blah blah, made by me and Midge, and then like it's a disclaimer that I don't want any drama with this. It's just my opinion. And then let's see. Then I just say like they do their job well, and then like and then like get like
This is on the stream, by the way.
I gotta be very careful with my words. Like I said, I do not have the same opinion as I did, but I wanted one of the mod demoted, which was game, and then Midge. Can I say this or?
I mean, what are you gonna say? I think
I mean,
if it's related to Midge and any opinions against HTC, it's fine to mention because like it's obvious by now Midge was against the staff.
Yeah, right. Like Midge and I had opinions on what a mod should be and what they shouldn't be, so we wanted a couple of them demoted because of that. And that's all I'll say about that. The role, this is the juicy part about it, surprisingly, because like all of us on Bantrol were really against the role. So
yeah,
and I was like one of the mods. I was the only mod who was kind of in agreement with this at the time. But
yeah, I remember seeing you there, and you were.
And I didn't really.
Everything.
Rather than trying to actually use my position to lobby for this, I decided, hey, it's a good idea to join and dogpile in this discussion, which was not a good idea.
Oh boy. Okay, no.
Yeah, we can mention that. Okay, keep going.
Then what Midge and I did was we created a list of rules. Like I think this is from the old rule book. I'm not sure if it's from the new one. I can't really check. And then we like that why each role should be reversed, and then and then we made HTwins Central, which was dumb as like hell. I don't know why I put it there. So yeah, these fixed HTwins Central are kind of dumb.
But yeah, that was basically the core philosophy of Midge Banshall after a while.
Yeah, but like, yeah, basically, like after we complained to the staff, Can I tell them what you did to get demoted, nerd?
Yeah, don't worry. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so while the discussion was going on, the staff were basically shit-talking us on the staff channel, and they're, like, being basically on our side, just kept leaking the staff chat in Vanquil for us to read, and that was what eventually got him demoted, although several days later. And the discussion didn't end well, and, like, it just left, like, quite a lot of bitterness between us and the staff.
Yeah,
And-
it was a bad time for everybody involved.
Yeah, and I remember to this day when Joseph Howard joined Banjo to try to make
To try
amends
to-
with us
yeah.
and try to understand our side of the
Oh,
situation.
actually, I have a few comments to make about that since I talked to Tantasar recently. I'm not sure how much of it I'm gonna say, but he wasn't actually trying to hear you out. He was trying to be a mole.
That
he was
cut
a
off
good-
for me. Can you repeat it?
He wasn't actually trying to hear you out. He was just a mole for the staff the entire time.
Wow.
He was a good actor.
Wow.
Wait, who?
Joho.
Oh my god.
He played
wait.
along with everything, but he was really just there to investigate everything. He wasn't there to hear you guys out or anything. At least
Yeah,
last
that's
I
really
heard.
interesting. That's really interesting.
That is interesting.
And then at the time, Tantasar was told this to me after the fact, but there was like a mod group chat made to discuss the entire matter, and that's where Joho
Yeah.
decided to demote me, and he just had to collect all the pertinent information from Bantrol to present to me when he did. And that was why he joined the server. Also, PiRho was the other mole, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we shouldn't talk about.
Yeah, don't worry.
I mentioned
Anyway.
I mentioned him before because he's not
Yeah.
like really a
He's
big
not in
name
the community at all.
So I don't think it's too big of a deal to mention him. But anyway, like
Basically,
I do
anyone who's
remember-
already a public figure ourselves or not in the community anymore, I think it's okay to mention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
But to be honest, we were like the main ones. There weren't too many people who were on board with this other than
It was kind of there.
we met two people.
Yeah, anyway,
But-
actually the reason why I was demoted was because Green Tree saw what I was doing and informed Spicy of it, and then Spicy demoted me temporarily. And then eventually they let me have the position for a short amount of time. And this was when HTC RPS was going on, now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, the rock paper
Oh
scissors.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and well, I think what also happened was, so then there was a week of investigatory period where they had a mod group chat. And what was interesting about this was that Nick and PiRho were also part of that chat. And they had, some influence over to what they would present to the mods. And they were the ones who said you should promote, they wanted Asha to be promoted.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually looking at the Wave 7 or 6 mod apps right now. Obviously, I'm not going to share this because it's still really sensitive information, some of it, because they pertain to community members who are still semi-active. But
Yeah, I remember that.
Anyway,
There's some
because
pretty
Lincoln's
fucked up
bad.
stuff.
anyway, I'm looking at it. Asha got the highest average with like a 2.62 out of 3. And the only one who said, I don't feel comfortable with this was Tantasar. And he was,
Oh.
and he brought that back up when 7-Eleven happened. And he was like, I was the only one. You should have listened to me.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we should have.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyways, to like kind of wrap up Midge Bantrol, it was kind of like it kind of just happened on a whim, and the people involved in it weren't really like in the best mindset. And
Yeah.
that's just kind of it created a lot of needless drama for a community that really didn't need drama.
It was definitely like an
Yeah.
echo chamber of
Yeah.
extremist opinions, and they just kind of
Yeah.
got even more extreme because of the environment, I feel.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Yeah, like honestly, that happened, like wasn't really necessary at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one thing I do think is interesting is how like most of this has remained hidden from most people.
Yeah, because
Like
Yeah.
a
there's not
lot of what
really.
we just said wasn't public knowledge.
I guess now it is. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, HTC like has a surprisingly interesting and sometimes even dark history to it that
Yeah.
most people don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else
So,
was really.
anyways,
What was
I don't
really
think
important.
much else was happening at the time.
I do
Other than
remember
that-
like one
I
big
guess, like, should
comeback
we talk
one
about
for-
going into TWOW again? Should we talk about, like, is this the point in time where Ping Pong and Spicy both got eliminated before Midge?
Yeah, that's about where it matches up.
Oh, do you remember when?
Yeah, it
when
is that
Spicy
time. It
got,
is
like,
that time. It was around December, yes.
Yeah, this is all happening around December. Yeah, Spicy. I remember the whole controversy with Ping Pong Cup Shots and how everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Bring him
No,
back,
I
bring him
don't.
back," and stuff like that. Because everybody was upset that Midge was still in. That he
I
was
think
some.
I think I was the one who originally complained to bring him back. Like I even made the poll, like the poll that Carrie used to determine that. I was the one who made
Oh,
that.
right. Was it because somebody accused Midnight's response being written by Juhmatok?
Yeah,
No, I think that was part of it, but it only came up afterwards. I was really just salty because the contestant I was rooting for died, and I was just like, "What? No, you should."
I
Totally
remember I
have
was
died."
scared because I was rooting for Midge. But being a Midge fan in these times is like some of the most like euphoric moments of TWOW
Yeah.
because Midge was
Yeah.
always the underdog.
Yeah.
He was the one that everyone hated, but he still somehow came out on top.
Yeah.
He never
Remember the
won.
team
He
distribution?
literally-
It was funny because this I'm not entirely sure how accurate this would be in retrospect, but a lot of the time people who were on Team Midge were just people always like, why are you on his team? And they were interrogated every time they had the
Yeah,
neon
I was
green
on
I
flare.
remember that.
Yeah,
I was on Team Midge, and I think it hurt my like social status. I don't remember, but there
And then
was always this like negative stuff. Midge, but he always did so well, but never won. He never won a single round the entire time until he got out. And which is funny because Yusoan and Joho were sitting up there with 4 wins, and Midnight and Meester also had wins, and then when it got to the final 5, it was just him with no wins.
And then he never got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really sad when he died. That was pretty sad.
What round? What was the prompt? Was it the Speed of Dark one?
It was the compare
No.
Battle for Dream Island.
Yeah.
Island.
The Speed of Dark one was way before. That was when Zach
yeah,
died.
Oh yeah, my bad. 8th place, right?
Yeah, 8th.
Spicy died in the
Don't use the letter E.
and the cross the chicken, right?
Yeah.
Cross the.
Yeah, because I remember he made like a meta response referencing
I
how
actually helped
PCS
him
was
with that. I
eliminated.
think.
Oh, if you're saying
you
you
helped him with the parentheses one, didn't you?
I helped him with the parentheses and the meta one.
Oh.
If you're saying you helped him, I also helped Midge rate his response.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, what else is there to mention?
Oh yeah, before we go on though, regarding that, people got unnecessarily incensed over people helping each other in TWOW. I remember that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, when it happens in MiniTWOWs, when you hear that, it's like, okay, cool. Why would we care? Back then, it was like, oh my god, that's awful. This person has to be revived because of that.
Yeah,
because
kind of like committing murder, like less of a offense than like helping somebody with a MiniTWOW response.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it was
now
just
we're-
because TWOW had such this great like flack about it. Like
Yeah.
if you were in the TWOW, if you were still in the TWOW,
You were
like,
expected to do it by yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, you were expected to be great.
We had high like expectation for like the live TWOWers. Like were in a final, like, what, 7? You were basically treated like a Greek god or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even though a lot of the people got far, really aren't that good compared to like today's standards of
Yeah.
Oh
MiniTWOWs.
yeah. Well, that's you know why? It's because TWOW was the first TWOW.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. I
Of
feel
course,
like
they're-
I'm gonna be honest. I
Maybe-
feel like Joho could still compete in the environment, but
yeah,
he's one of the
that
few.
that was what I was about to say. Except for maybe Joho, I think the like most of the TWOW alumni would be like demolished by good MiniTWOWs
Yeah.
nowadays.
Like, okay, Fry UI, no. Jennings, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Taup,
fine, no.
he did okay in Scrafty. I don't know. He got to
Yeah.
the third. He got third place. He was okay. He was definitely good.
honestly, I think Spicy would probably still be a good TWOWer.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure about
Spicy.
that.
Spicy was a good TWOWer. I think he
He'd
would
still thrive in the
be a
meta,
little-
though.
Yeah.
He
Crafty is still like sometimes active to this day, and he's pretty good.
he's like silver
Oh yeah,
medal king.
Crafty. By the way, can I take a little side segment to talk about Crafty?
Sure.
Okay.
This is interesting. This is only short, but I actually the funny thing about this community is with Crafty, we figured out that over the course of Hurricane Matthew that we lived 30 minutes away from each other, which was hilarious, and we had a meetup, elimination together, which was really fun. But yeah, that's all I
that was
have to
because
really...
of that other group server we had, right?
Yeah, we don't have to. I don't think we
Yeah,
need
let's
to
not
talk
mention that.
about
Then
Exclusivity. Now I am jealous.
it's
Mhm.
extremely
kidding.
exclusive. So
It was
yeah, we're not
extremely
gonna talk
exclusive,
about
so
that.
We're not gonna talk about it.
It's alright.
Um,
While we were vaguely on the Midge Bantrel thing, I think another big moment for Bantrel was when Gabe got demoted.
Yeah,
And
we have
that
to
was-
talk about that.
There's a real interesting story about that too.
I think
Yeah.
Joho was still on the server at the time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was the one who I think he was the one who made the decision to demote him.
Yeah,
At least
okay.
from what I heard.
So I think it was Dawthon. You were the one who
Mhm.
compiled all of the times Gabe bullied you, right? And then sent it to Joho.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I
Gabe
remember.
and often had some real drama.
Yeah, I don't know why Gabe didn't like me though. Like I never had a problem with Gabe until he had a problem with me. I'm not sure if I can dig up like the list of Gabe being mean to me.
we
Wait,
probably
hold on, I
shouldn't
have-
get like specifics.
Yeah, but I have the DM where we celebrated it. Actually, let me get it.
We even celebrated it in Banff.
Yeah, we celebrated it in Bantrel.
I don't think I can find it right now. Wait, hang on. I'm still looking for when it was.
It was like January.
No, yeah, it was January, I think. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, this was after I was demoted, and what else happened? Oh, right, Asha was promoted.
Yeah, that.
Oh God.
She slipped through the cracks of that. Oh, we never talked about Becca.
Yeah, Ash.
Becca.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take once again for this. I think that there's like whatever. How many mods did we have? We had like 5, and you and Corby
It was
and
7-ish.
Green. Okay, so like when we were like starting to like gain, there was this person, and she came into server. We were like, haha, this I like
I love that. I love.
Yeah, she was like really crazy, wasn't she?
Yeah, and the next mod was like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
You
hold
are
on.
wrong."
My audio quality is dropping. Give me a sec. Okay, I think it's better
Okay.
now. Yeah. Anyway,
audio.
Go on.
Yeah, so basically, like a module like, shut up, you are wrong, blah blah blah, and then I think we got like into a little argument about it, maybe.
Yeah.
Like that might have happened, and then I'm not sure if she left the server or if we kicked her off.
No, it was Tantasar and her got into an argument specifically.
Oh god. Okay. Yep. Then I definitely know what happened after that.
And then,
Spoiler,
no, it was actually no. She left voluntarily, but we were all pretty pissed at her. Basically, you're like, why are you telling us what to do? I think we've got it under control. She's like, no, you guys are bad, and then we're like, no, we're not bad. And then like, okay, fine, I'm leaving.
Okay, and
Oh,
all right,
you
so
guys are
fast
bad.
forward over to Asha being promoted. Nerd, I think you know more about this than I do. So go ahead.
Actually, see, I can't verify anything because I'm not actually sure if Becca is Asha. Asha could have just pretended to be Becca for all we know. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
I had Becca as a friend on the when she initially joined the server. And I messaged her after a while, and she's like, "Oh wow, maybe I should check out HTC again." And by the way, this was right around 7-Eleven. Actually, no, it was right around Wave 7. So I might have accidentally brought her back under Asha, but I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, like honestly, I don't think we're ever gonna know who Asha is, but I think one thing is for sure, like Asha's not like a singular person. He definitely has to be like an alternate account or something.
Yeah.
Asha is a people. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I remember some accounts in JCL's MiniTWOW at the time were
Oh right, okay.
they were
I guess
convicted of being Asha.
We should talk about that a little bit, but when we get to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's more.
When we get to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I mean,
Speaking
we
of,
kind of
where
already.
are we?
No,
Right,
We're
Games
almost
Devotion.
getting there. We already went through Gabe's Devotion.
Not too much actually. It was more like
We talked more about Becca than Gabe's Devotions. I think that's where we are right now.
Oh wait, like I remember Bantrol, like we were all like, oh, we can probably like basically we were all saying like Gabe like being rude to me and like I think it was like
it was you
other
and King, I
people.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
it was us too. Might have been
Oh,
more
yeah.
people too. So basically, like all of us, like it wasn't just me who compiled a list. It was all compiled a list, or I'm pretty sure I compiled a list on just me. And then that might have been it, maybe. And then I'm not sure what happened after that. Like one of us showed it to the
Joho.
admins and then Joho.
Yeah. And the thing is, what happened was, Gabe pretended that he wasn't demoted, and he's just like, I'm gonna take a personal break from the server, and then he advertised,
What?
yeah, advertised Terminal Twilight as he was being kicked.
That's actually hilarious, honestly.
Oh my god. Well, looks like I was kind of right in my document from like the December, so woohoo.
But yeah, I think history and mod-wise, not much else happens other than Riley leaving, and then
No. Tantus are getting demoted.
okay,
Remember.
that's like
Yeah.
that's the big week.
That's
Everything
Yeah.
that's the 7-Eleven stuff.
No,
Okay.
it was a bit before 7-Eleven. It was end of June, around that.
Yeah,
Like,
it was like a
if
good
Midge
2
Bantrol
weeks
was-
he did not have his position.
Yeah, if Midge Bantrol was happy during Gabe's demotion, it was like absolutely fucking ecstatic during Tan's
I remember,
demotion.
yeah, I think unjustly so to a degree, but it was that was a
Yeah.
week.
We made fun of like him for so long because
remember the awful meme someone made? It was like me and the boys cracking open a cold one. Me cracking open a cold.
Yeah,
I don't
It was
remember that.
Joho was me. The cold one was Tant, and then the boys was the rest of the mod team.
Oh no.
Yeah, I remember that.
I felt so bad for laughing at it, but it's just too funny.
Yeah, that was
But
quite funny.
should we go
Like,
into the
why-
details of how he got demoted, or should we
I mean,
just leave
I'm
that
trying to
up
think.
to?
Oh, we're leaving out HSTEM a bit.
Oh yeah, HTEM.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
HTEM, there's not too much to talk about.
No, there. Okay.
Oh yeah, no.
Sorry, this
pretty
is
much.
exclusive me. This is exclusive me. My side of the story, but there's a lot that happened behind the scenes that nobody really knows about.
God.
Ooh,
All right,
Okay,
grab
well,
your
classified
popcorn.
information.
Juicy.
Anyway, so okay. For those of you who don't know too much about HTC, there was a STEM channel designed for Carrie's more, programming-oriented
Mhm.
things. Oh, this is not even
Yeah, program.
to mention Elemental 3, which was a thing of its own.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, that was so good. And basically, like, them had basically it was like a second art gallery, like kind of had a little community as like
Yeah, it was
as
its own
stuff.
thing.
But-
It was an extension of the
But
circuit. Kind of.
but I think it was bigger than art gallery.
yeah, to a
Because,
degree,
like-
it was more active. A lot of people came there and just talked about programming and stuff. But the thing is, the average HTC user outside of STEM would probably be about 14 years old. The average HSTEM user was about 19, I'd say.
Yeah.
Which was a huge issue when you had rules designed to monitor 13-year-olds applying to people who were 19.
Yeah.
And eventually, a lot of
So-
people were campaigning for a Stexit.
Yeah, Stexit. I remember Stexit.
Yeah, I remember that. STEM exit. And then that's what happened.
And then, yeah, Astigmatify, or Astigmatify, I have no idea how you pronounce his username.
I think it's Astigmatify.
Okay.
Astigmatify.
Anyway, he became the new owner of the server, and they migrated over there. But eventually, I was promoted as Stemph, and this is right when, okay, this is kind of an active HTC thing still, but there's a server called HMeta, which is a network for all HTC affiliated servers to report back for mod things and like have a centralized base.
Yeah.
And basically there were some DM catchers and to detect DM advertisements, etc. And what happened was there was a time when there's a lot of users who started spamming a bunch of pornographic GIFs and images on both on HTC especially, and we started kicking a lot of them. This is a coalition between STEM and HTC at the time. So eventually there was this one guy who identified himself as the leader of these people and sent a link to his server. So he was banned, but not before we had spies go into the server. And it was just this guy who claimed that he was part of, Anonymous, the hacktivist group,
Yeah.
Oh
and he's
my
like,
God.
so we're gonna, he's like, we gotta raid this server in the name of Anonymous. And it made no sense, but he would always do that. And Spicy was sent to it. And then there's this one guy in the server who kept on saying, hey, did you like the porn we sent you? Did you jack off to it? And he kept on bugging him about it. And then Spicy tried to negotiate with them and said, like, hey, can you, like, chill? Do you feel good sending porn to 13-year-olds? And then one of them said, okay, this is how...
I remember that.
And this is how... And this is an actual paraphrase quote. And it's like... Spicy's like, what do you think you're accomplishing by this? And he's like... The guy's like, well, if a 13-year-old gets porn, they're probably going to be upset and mad. And they're going to think, what did I do to deserve to receive porn? And they're going to rethink their life decisions, and then they'll join us. That's what he actually said.
That was a large jump. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And that was their goal.
You're telling me that this guy actually thought that showing like
He
a
did,
pornographic
apparently.
image to
I'm pretty
just, like,
sure
a
he wasn't
13
even joking.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah.
Like just imagine showing like a picture of like a naked girl to a 13-year-old person, and then they're like, you know what? I am gonna join your little hacker group. Yeah, well.
I mean, that's just how they did it back in the day.
It would have worked on me, honestly.
All right, so go on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
go on.
eventually I joined their IIC server, and we anticipated a lot of their raids, and were able to ban them beforehand.
Yeet.
And eventually, just even though they had a VPN and all that, they just gave up. And that's how we saved HTC from a bunch of porn.
Yeah, a lot of the things that saving things usually culminated in they gave up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is the kind of the meta of all the situations that
Yeah.
occurred.
And then I think I resigned from STEM soon after, and
Yeah.
that was when Graded was promoted.
Graded.
Yeah, GradedA.
That was
I
also
guess-
like when Asha happened.
Yeah, I guess parallel to all of this, we can talk about Sprafty was going on, and that's not exactly related to TWOW Central too much, but
Yeah.
that was, I guess, the golden era of MiniTWOWs, not because they were good, but because it was the renaissance, so to speak.
Was this when it was a renaissance for sure? Sprafty was the renaissance. Was this? I'm blanking here. Did Shop 12 happen at the same time? Sprafty.
It happened a little bit after. I think it was like
right when
second half of 2017.
it was May 2017, so right before Asha.
Yeah. Yeah, but like that was when Sprafty started going inactive and started slowing down.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember Sprafty. I remember like how I kept criticizing it over and over. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
I was never really too involved with the community of Sprafty, but it seemed like pretty fun
Yeah.
because people kept talking about it.
It was like an activity hub until an activity killed it because inaction on the host's part. But for a while, it was really strong. It was active as hell.
Yeah, indeed.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
I guess here's the week leading up to 7-Eleven that we can go over now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
All right, so I think Midge submitted a ban appeal, right?
Yeah, and he got appealed.
Wait,
One
really?
of two people.
No, wait, what was that like the week before 7-Eleven?
It was literally right around the week before 7-Eleven.
Oh wow. I actually didn't remember that.
But yeah, he got back in, and he would often go on Sirius to discuss political topics, and he. I think
he was actually like he was pretty reserved.
He was being quite civil about it.
God.
There was an unpopular opinion though, and Chantisar flagged it as him joking around and called it disrespect, and gave him the not serious role. And I think Midge appealed that to Joho. And that's when Joho decided that that was conduct unfitting of a moderator. Oh, and for context...
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah.
No.
That was when he was demoted.
Yeah, so what happened was... From a staff perspective here, Dawthon set this up with Joho, but it was like a moderator correctional program or something. It's like 3 strikes you're out, and you get strikes for doing certain things like abusing your power or having vendettas against people, etc. Right? Dawthon, you remember that, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. So here, I'll try to explain it from memory. Okay. So I'm not really sure if they have this anymore, which I really doubt they do. But like, yeah, it was like a 3-strike system where like you had to like act like you couldn't really do any bad stuff as a moderator, like nerd that like have been done against people, can't be abusing your powers, etc. And if you got 3 strikes, you were demoted, and that was like Joho's and I way of trying to like fix the staff quality.
I think yeah, this was in response to Gabe abusing a lot of power, and Chantisar, he had a really bad week one day, and I think he was really snarky to people or something.
Yeah, Chantisar kind of put himself in a bad spot.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think.
Can't blame him though.
Yeah. So what happened was
that happened like in June still, because I remember that he was demoted in June.
Yeah. So what happened was, actually, for context, when I did the leaking stuff, actually Tant got a warning in October, and then Gabe also got one at the same time. And then when I leaked the staff chat, Joho said that constituted 3 strikes simultaneously, and that's how it was demoted. And then Gabe got 2 strikes for his disrespect of Dawthon and King. And then Tance, when Midge appealed to Joho, rather than Joho approaching Tantasar and saying, "Hey, dude, I don't agree with you," he said that was abuse of power. And because Joho said he pulled a bunch of friends about this or something. And he said he determined that it was because of Tantasar had a personal motivation against Midge to do that. And honestly, maybe he did, but I also think you can reasonably argue that Tantasar thought he was doing it for the good of the server. But anyway, regardless of how you see that, Joho said because it constituted abuse of power specifically, that was 2 strikes in 1, and that got Tant to 3, and Joho struck him from the moderator team.
Oh god! And then what happened afterward? Like I kind of remember something.
Tantasar complained. That's
Okay,
all I remember.
Tantasar was trying to like argue his case, but nobody would really hear him out, and people were largely on Joho's side for that. But Loren and I
do
were.
remember.
Yeah,
I do remember a lot of people were like on Joho's side, but like they kind of seemed to express sympathy for Tantasar being demoted because
yeah, that was the average position, I'd say.
Yeah, because there were a lot of people who changed their nicknames to something like "Oh, pray for Tantasar" or something like that. Maybe it was even sarcastic. I don't know.
I don't think it was entirely sarcastic, but there definitely was. I think Cody did that or something, and he was trying to mock him.
Cody was trying to mock him. Because Cody, I think, had a vendetta against Tant.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
I don't remember the reason. A lot of people hated Tantasar.
Unjustly so.
Unjustly, yeah. I mean, like, I like Tantasar.
Yeah, and it lasted all of 2 weeks, and because Asha happened.
Okay, what also happened was, this is a little tidbit that comes from another group chat called the Cool Scrafty Squad. Anyway, GradedA created an alt account called Mabadala or whatever. And it was alternate in Swahili or something, and account in Russian. And he gave it a profile picture of Voltaire, and he basically argued against Joho and Spicy as like a social experiment or something in like the style of Voltaire, super incendiary and like roast worthy, like roasting style and all that. And it was very, very out there. And like he called a Spicy Joho's a fiery slave or something throughout that. And
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, eventually I DM'd him. I'm like, "Hey, dude, is this you?" And he's like, "Oh, fuck, don't tell anyone. I'm gonna lose my job if you do." I'm like, "Okay." But that was an experience. But yeah, so the rest of that week goes on, and I think that's when Ixon becomes admin.
Owner.
Yeah, that's when Ixon became admin.
Ixon's admin, and yeah. That's when a lot of people. This is right after IDFB, I think.
Yeah, this is around IDFB.
And basically, people complained about the server being not fun to play, be in anymore, or it wasn't engaged. And that's when Ixon made the argument that if you want to see change in the community, you have to be that change. You have to give us suggestions. You have to bring things to the table. This is when server discussion was, actively monitored by everyone. Yeah. And anyway, I remember July 10th, we all felt pretty optimistic about how the server was gonna go. This is the day Shibe and Midnight quit simultaneously.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Taup quit really, like, 2 days before, too. Like, everyone was dropping. Anyway, 7-Eleven. Then it happened.
Yeah.
This is the big boy moment of HTC.
Big boy moment.
So yeah, from what I remember, that is when Asha invited Nick, Camerati, someone named AAPL, I think. Like, and then who else was it? There was
Molly
another person.
B.
No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Molly B. If it was, oh my god, that would go into the OSC too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not Molly B. But anyway, it was Lexi or something. I think that was basically anyway, they joined the server.
All these people, by the way, I don't think are involved in anything anymore.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Asha gives them all a moderator role. They run up one day prune, which I don't think is that even part of Discord's functionality anymore?
It is. It is
Okay.
still part.
I haven't looked at it for a while. Anyway, that kicks like 700 users en masse. And then
Actually, first they like removed the roles. Then they did it to
Yeah.
kick everyone.
they deleted the roles, they kicked everyone, they pruned everyone, they deleted all the channels, but luckily at this point Discord had not allowed the deleting of the default channel, which is why carykh stands till this day. And
Yeah.
And,
carykh is the one they couldn't take.
they started
Imagine
banning
if
people
it
one by
happened
one.
today and all of them deleted.
Hey, people of the Astro Raid, if you are watching this, thank you for not deleting my first method. Huge respect.
I mean, they
Yeah.
couldn't. So
They couldn't.
I mean, only if they
bad
did it
method.
manually. Yeah, and they kicked a lot of people manually as well.
The thing with like,
Yeah, they banned a lot of people manually.
I would have wanted to like. I was asleep. I was at a camp. Well,
I was asleep
this
as well.
happened, and
I was sleeping.
what I would have wanted to see is like, what did the people that saw it think?
I think we can even go back and look at it if we wanted to.
I would want to be there for it
I'm
because I
gonna-
would have wanted to just.
I'm gonna try to look for that real quick. On 7/11/2017.
When was this? 2016.
2017. 43
17,
messages.
yeah.
43,000 messages in one day.
Oh, wait.
Damn.
Wait. What?
Oh, here it is. Okay, go to carykh. Search up July 10th, and then go to the next message. And then it says, "Help! I'm confused. Thank you, Spicy. We got commandeered by Asha. I think I've sorted everything out by now." And
Wait,
yes,
hold
yes,
on.
it did.
So carykh and
On
and then
2017, July 10th, and then go right after that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll have to post like screenshots.
anyway, what happened was at about 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, this was all going on. Gluten Tag notices what's happening and frantically spams Spicy's DMs. Luckily, Spicy,
Yeah.
the only person who's able to kick Asha, is online at this time. And he sees
Yeah,
that
could you imagine?
kicks
It would have been
Asha,
so much worse.
kicks the
Oh,
other three
boy.
mods that he sees, and then gets all the other mods to help him, and they gradually start reconstructing the server. During this time, Tantisar, because of his time zone and previous administrative experience, is re-promoted, at least temporarily, and then permanently. But yeah, all amount that Purple Gaze Purple Gaze is here. He's the fourth person to send a message after the attack.
Yeah, he got first in some of the new channels.
Yeah,
He was the first in memes and I think art gallery.
By the way,
Anyway.
can somebody add a hold on. Wait, hold on. Can somebody add
Yeah, here's let me see.
Somebody add that to
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Actually, grab like the whole screenshot like of all the consents. It's including Spicy
Okay.
saying we are commandeered.
All right. Okay. So this is what happened. Oh wait, no, that's just the arrow itself. My bad. I opened the wrong one. Anyway, these are the first messages after the attack as it's going on live. Also, I wasn't there, but apparently they were Becca/Asha was also spamming a Google Doc. About their grievances against the mod team, and they claim that the people who participated in the attack were all people wronged by the HTC mod team.
Mm.
And
Interesting.
I actually can go behind some of that. So Nick created the Flare bot for HTC for the teams. And they used it for a while, but eventually Tantasaur was very distrusting of him because he had a lot of permissions and things that he wanted to see, like he was kind of power hungry or something. So eventually Noel recreated the bot with someone else. Oh, first of all, Nick cooperated with Pew to make the bot, but Pew was also someone shrouded in mystery, and they were lying about tons of things. But anyway.
Yeah, I remember Pew. Yeah.
Anyway, so Noel's bot replaced that, and then I think Bottersnake and Hans were also working on it. And then Nick got super mad about it and left. And eventually, he wasn't in cahoots with Asha. Camerati was just someone who always caused problems in the server, and Tantasaur kicked him. Lexi was someone that Riley had an argument with, I think. And that's the extent I know of their background. But anyway, I wake up to it. I'm actually on vacation, I think. And I see, oh, there's no... And I wake up to tons of pings on TWOW-related servers saying, HGC was destroyed. Here's an account, a link back if you need it. And I rejoin, and there's this torrent of messages in every channel because, you know, we're all rebuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. That was also when I first realized that. I woke up and I saw a message in my server advertising it.
You know, I'm very surprised that HTwins was able to come back at like even for like a short amount of time after 7-11.
Yeah, for sure. We bounced back in a day. There were tons of memes in the meme channel about it.
Oh god,
Yeah. I
The
remember
memes
that.
were really
Let me
good.
pull one up,
Oh,
actually.
also look at the one I just
most
sent in
of them are
chat.
pinned anyways, though.
Yeah, the memes were perfect. The one where it was that kid who was jumping on the walls.
Oh
Yeah.
With Ash's Booksino.
The floor is not destroying HTwins. Bum made that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely the best one.
There was also thank you for being such good mods, not you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, what else do we have to talk about?
Well, what happened after 7-11? I think 7-11.
Okay,
like
we mostly
the-
rebuilt, I think, and like there was a resurgence of activity, and I think for a moment we all might have believed that TWOW Central could live again, and
Yeah.
And it didn't.
And then
Also, very related. Hang on.
And then BFD.
I don't really know much about that. Like,
I can comment on that after.
I don't think it was really the fault of BFB that it kind of steered away from, like,
Wow.
that there was a downfall in general.
But BFB brought a new generation of stuff.
Yeah,
like a
it certainly
very
helped it.
like even though I'm not really on like HTwins Central anymore, I can tell you for sure that like the TWOW, like the Golden Age TWOW community, and if there even is a Golden Age for like the BFD community, like they're definitely on a way different level.
Yeah, see, I think most people were like when we had the new post 7-11 server, it was active for a really long time. It had new faces that I thought would stick around but didn't, such as Weethel. I'm not sure if any of you remember them.
No, I don't remember.
No. Okay. There was also
a lot of the HT faces are shrouded in mystery for me because I kind of strayed away from HTC at this point.
And then there was Buswella, which was Shuri's ult.
But anyways, yeah, BFB brought a new wave of people, and that
the demographic shifted a lot.
The demographic shifted, and it kind of went away from TWOW and more back to BFDIO.
And then literally out of TWOW Central made by Brady first.
Yeah.
Created.
Hold on. Before we go
Yeah.
to that, though, I think what was interesting about the server at that time, though, is when Tantasar was re-promoted for a bit, it was really tense between him and Joseph, from what I remember, I think. But eventually,
Yeah.
due to personal issues, Joho had to leave the team, and as soon as he left, Spicy's like, "Yeah, we're keeping you, Tant," and then Tant has remained there to this day. But eventually,
Yeah.
Spicy began to be tired of the server, and he left, and Exon was put in charge. And that was, I think that was the Exon's ownership marked most of the demographic shift. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah,
Uh,
because there was
I
no
think
because
okay.
we had the close knit community of a year or so of TWOW, etc., and OWL people, and we liked it, and we were still growing. But then when I think it's just the sheer volume of new people who came in.
Yeah,
And
because
also
there
the
hadn't
fact
been
that
any
TWOW
good.
that was also when TWOW began to
Yeah,
stop.
that was inactive. So both of them simultaneously. I think what I remember was I talked on the server, and there were tons of people I had never seen before, and I would only see them once. Like when I come back on another day, totally new cast of people. Another day, I don't recognize any of these people, and I think I didn't have a sense of community there anymore. There was no sense of permanence.
Yeah.
And that's why I lost interest and stopped talking there.
Yeah, me too. Like basically in the old TWOW Central, you knew literally everybody.
You knew everyone because
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
it was very close. Everybody had like a sense of like
even when
purpose.
we were at
And everyone
2,500
was there
people,
for the same reason.
yeah, even there when we were there for 2,500 people, it still felt like that. I think because there were the regulars. And
I think it was mainly because of focus on TWOW.
Yeah. There's a lot more regular than for like the OG TWOW community than like they're for like the new.
Yeah, and because we were all there for TWOW, yeah.
I think one good thing to summarize this all is this post. I posted it before in the CSC, but I want to post it here. And how badly this post has aged.
Oh yeah. You posted that the other day. I remember that, and we were all like, "Oh no!"
It's graded.
Oh, it's so cute.
That is cute.
Like, especially the last sentence. We're only going up from here. That makes me. That kind of makes me feel sad now.
It is a bit sad. Actually, hold on. How many members does HTC have now? I forgot.
Over 6,000.
6,000.
6,500 or something like that.
But it's not gone anywhere.
Okay, listen.
6,639.
Like, if we're being honest, like it's like gonna be nearly impossible to turn HTwins like community wise turn HTwins Central back to TWOW Central.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why you made a new one.
Better.
It's for the better.
Yeah, and then eventually I think everyone just phased out of the HTC community, and I think where most people went were either the server that GradedA owns that's kind of dead itself now. I'm not sure if I should say a name. And then there was
or
Purple's was kind of a hub for a while.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Dark? Like, where were most people after HTC?
I mean, most people like either more transitioned into the MiniTWOW community or just faded away.
Yeah, I think that we were very decentralized. Like the closest thing you could have.
Like most
everybody
people
kind of just
are in the MiniTWOW community
their
now.
own
Like we're
corner.
basically disassociated from HTC from the very beginning. So there's quite a few people who were in HTC at this time, like this 2017.
I think the main people were like probably TWOW related were me, who was just there a lot, and then I'm sure there's a lot of others I'm forgetting right now, but yeah, we fragmented off of that, and then when did Brady make TWOW Central too?
That was like
actually
last year, maybe.
Yeah, September last year. So the story is pretty interesting. It actually birthed out of like a conversation in my server like about how we missed the old TWOW Central and stuff,
Yeah.
and we all shared like how a lot of us in the past, especially me and Brady, had multiple times visions of creating TWOW Central again and wanted to like create a server for as a hub for the MiniTWOW community. And then when we discussed that, we decided to do that.
Yeah, I
And
remember
then
I
we
was
gathered a
invited
bunch of
onto the
people.
team too, and then I left for some reason.
Yeah, I don't remember why you left, but you did.
I should reapply
You
for
left
mod when
before
you
we
have
did.
another wave.
To be fair, we
Yeah.
probably won't need mods.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, we probably won't have another wave until like we said this a bunch of times before, but like carykh probably gonna advertise it in the next 12 video.
Yeah, I think even if Carrie advertises, we won't need more than 10. I think
Alright.
we only need more in the event that like a few people quit.
Yeah, we're already stuck on mods though, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, purple came back too, so that's not even an issue now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
like Brady and Purple were basically inactive a while ago, but now they're back, so yeah.
Should be
And
good.
so basically like how about where we are right now? Like TWOW Central is kinda like getting back on its feet.
Yeah,
yeah,
remember, it
it's
started
kind of thriving
accelerating in
right
the
now
past
with
2 weeks.
events.
2 months, my bad.
Yeah, and basically there's a lot of people fishing now, which is cool.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm about to fish too.
But
I
yeah,
let's
I
go.
think this community still has a very interesting future ahead of
Yeah,
it.
I
And,
do want to ask
like,
you a
if you
question
think
because
about it,
actually, okay.
ask.
Sorry if you're listening to this, but I'm gonna. I don't mean to like put you on blast or whatever if you're listening, but H and Eighth keep on arguing that the community's in decline or is dying. What do you think of that? Because I don't agree.
Oh boy.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Alright, so this is something that like I know everybody says like the community is declining. How though? Like how is community declining? Like I'm gonna name a couple of like new people who are like fairly new and like basically everybody knows and it'll probably watch this video kind of like little shout out like reselecting and epic vanished the named age like a ton of other people who are like really new and so I asked you again like how they dying if it's dying those people wouldn't be like be there. We're still somewhat growing.
I mean, the argument I've heard against that is that they've come over a year ago, and they're like, "Where's the people past that mark?" But in response to that, I say,
I also have something to say, but I can say it later actually because I want to leave it to last because I want to think about what I'm gonna say.
Okay, all right. What I say in response to that is nobody joins the community immediately and becomes well known. It takes a lot of time for them to become a public figure. For example, like the only exceptions to this would be someone like Dawthon or Tantastar because they became a mod or something. And Loren had to claw his way to be famous.
I started on the Reddit, and then nobody really paid attention to me when I first joined.
I think I was one of the first respondents to you, right?
I had to work to like kind of get the identity deal in HTC. I had to pump out fan art and stuff like that. That was all I was doing. And I was also like,
how about this one? How about this? How like basically I think it was like it wasn't too far back. Like H wasn't really popular, but then he started like winning every single TWOW. He made his TWOW to like one of the greatest mini TWOWs of all time. Obviously. Yeah. Then now he's like one of the most respected people in mini TWOW history.
Yeah, and the thing is, like I said, I think maybe the people, there are people joining. We just don't recognize them because they're not famous yet, and they will be in the future.
Yeah, like one thing that all the famous people have in common is that they're like really active in like the community. Like they're making aesthetic. They're they're coming up with new themes that are really interesting, like Battle Royale 12. What else is there? There's
TWOWs.
Board game 12.
Fortune
too.
12.
Season 10.
Vapid 12 too, I guess.
Yeah.
From Banner.
Do we count Bloodbath?
Nah, that's over a year old already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about like newer stuff and
And
also
I've
really
been
high
around for a
quality. And also really high quality 12 from Mazwad and Anali too.
But yeah.
Anyway, about the... Who was it that you said was arguing that the community was on the decline or the one that... Oh. Hey, can I go against like our policy of not naming anything negative about people just so I can roast the fuck out of them? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But okay.
Just
Let me...
civil. Be civil.
You already know what I'm tempted to say, but okay. So just start. I don't really like bringing this up as like argument by authority, but I've been here a really long time, and especially paying attention to everything that's gone on in the community, like everything we just talked about, all the highs and lows, and all the feelings that this community has provided to everyone. And especially seeing what it is nowadays, how we manage to unite so many people with TWOW Central, how we're bringing activity back to this community, which was really declining at one time. Like, I was there to see all that, and really, I don't think there's any sign of decline right now.
Yeah.
The community is thriving. I would say it's arguably in the best status it's been in a long time, because we're centralized, we have a server for that, and more now than ever, there is so much innovation going on with TWOWs. Like, even H himself, he's innovating, and there's a lot of stuff coming up on the horizon, like even Azarika, which are also planning to make a website for their TWOW, which I'm particularly excited for as well. And
by the way,
yeah,
just
because,
a quick. Sorry.
okay,
Go.
and you can say that.
Oh, just a quick name drop to like add to the list of like a lot of people who really helped the community grow. Like one of them is definitely Azure and Yobika. Like
Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce her.
Yeah, that's
her
Yobika.
name, Yobika.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like that's why even though it doesn't get like 5 million contestants like JCO and Crafty, definitely one of the like one of the most I think, but yeah, definitely the most high quality mini I've ever seen with like the aesthetics and
I think
voting
presentation
system.
wise, it definitely takes the cake.
Yeah, definitely take first place, 100%. And another one, like this is like, even though it's like a smaller one, you guys are familiar with Sunset Dave 12, right?
Yeah, his style is pretty good.
Yeah, his 12's really good too. Like even though it's not like the same quality as like at Durika's, he has his own little community, doesn't he? Like you bring in some of his
He's brought a lot of Mario Maker people in.
Yeah, they're and they're really cool too.
Anyway,
Like
okay.
Go on, sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were done. I misjudged. If you have anything else to say, you just say it, because yeah, you can just say it. Okay, I presume you don't have to say. So yeah, I agree that Azurika, whatever how you pronounce it, is a great example, and I really commend like Azurite and however you pronounce Geobika. I really commend their work on it, and I think I've had a lot of gripes with it, like over time, and a lot of other people as well. But I think it's like one of those TWOWs that really has a lot of potential to improve Info more and like become really groundbreaking. I'm very confident that they might be able to achieve that. And anyway, seeing stuff like that on the horizon is what keeps me so happy. It's what kept me in this community so long. Like the innovation, like all the new stuff coming up. And honestly, I'm just gonna say it without sugarcoating. If you say that that's sort of stuff doesn't exist in the community, if you don't acknowledge that all the new stuff going on, all the new stuff coming up, I really don't understand you.
Yeah, see, okay. I think the arguments that have been made a lot are the contestant counts. Like an argument I've heard is like, when's the last time a TWOW got over 100 contestants, like 150 contestants or 200 contestants? And yeah, they're like, oftentimes people are like either like JCLs doesn't count, which I don't know why you discount it, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not ignoring that, but like. Okay, I get that argument, but maybe it's just because I think that's because our standards of quality have been rising. That's obvious,
yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah,
And
standard
you,
quality has been.
yeah, and when usually when a
like-
12 gets a ton of new contestants, it's either one because they have a huge advertising platform. Take for example
Crafty, definitely.
John
100%.
John and Dubuk.
and
John and
Brady.
Dubuk
John and
especially.
Yeah, John and Brady. Or they break the ground on something. Like I'd say that I don't mean to like toot my own horn, but Shop broke
Top.
250.
ShopTWOW
Oh,
was like
yeah,
the
shop.
thing
Yeah, I
on
definitely shop swap.
To be
because, like,
fair, it was because you were a figure.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
know job,
that
with
has
shop.
that has
Oh my
a
God.
part to it. But I also think that while maybe there is no big TWOW, there is no the mini TWOW going on. The average quality of the TWOWs have been gone up because remember when Awesome Pie made that doc about how you shouldn't create mini TWOWs?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
And there was
Can I just say something? That doc was bullshit.
yeah, okay. Ignoring those problems, considering the environment that Alpi wrote that in response to, we're no longer like that. We haven't been like that for years. And
Yeah, I do agree with that.
when you look around and you point at a bad 12, that 12 for all practical purposes would have been considered good 2 years ago. And there is I'd even go as far to argue that there is no really bad TWOW anymore. They're just maybe there's average TWOWs, but there is
Yeah.
no super bad one anymore. You can't point and mock at like, oh, look at all these bad TWOWs. It's just there's a bunch of people doing their own TWOWs and their own thing. Like for example, there's Sampat's hosting his, and that's by no means a bad TWOW. It has everything there. It's a TWOW. And while it may not be a big name or even in the limelight, you know, that's sign of activity and that's sign of us still surviving. And I think that's indication that we're not on the decline. We may be normalizing, so to speak, like the gap between super good and super bad is like closing, but I don't think that's indication that the community is declining.
Yeah. I don't know if this feeling is still around as it was back in the environment Alpi made that doc in, but like with it and a lot of other things came an air of like you can't make a mini TWOW, it's not gonna contribute anything. And that's why I was so against Alpi's doc
Okay,
from
that's
the beginning.
bullshit. Everyone
That's
starts off at some point.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah. Like
gonna-
everybody somewhere, I'm pretty sure like yours and JCL's 12 we're like kind of crap tier compared to what you do now.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it was 2016, so it was like kind of hard to break ground. Everything like breaking ground at that time was having image voting screens.
Oh yeah.
That was I invented that, which was interesting. I also invented doing multiple keywords like simple set voting.
And then yeah,
I was the first one to do that.
Yeah. Considering looking at 2016, where the average TWOW would have a textual voting and the score would be calculated by adding points without doing percentiles.
Oh.
That was just GCL.
And that was just JCL. But not that
Just
point
JCL.
notwithstanding. And today, where the average expectation is multiple section voting, statistics, and professional presentation, I don't think you can say we've declined.
You know, okay, so I think one of the things that makes this community good is that you can just create a MiniTWOW. Like, you can just do it, and I think trying to take that away by saying, oh, don't create it, it's not going to be good, that's
Yeah,
the
it's
kind
like
of thing
when
that takes the fun away. That's the kind of thing that makes you feel like the community is declining.
don't try to hinder.
You set these high standards, and then you're surprised that people don't meet them.
It's never a good idea to hinder you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
sort of the deal. But yeah, I kind of feel like that's the history.
Yeah, that's most of what we said.
And we also took 3 hours to say it.
Yeah, I think we left out things like multi, but those weren't important in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but to be fair, we're just talking about old community and maybe contrast the new
Yeah,
Old
we're-
community type
We're
deals.
basically going, like exploring other topics, but like I mean, it's kind of necessary since like the whole idea of like the community dying is like what we're kind of talking about.
Yeah.
Entirely, like 12
Maybe the
different
HTC community died, but not this one.
Yeah.
So
Maybe we can-
this episode was like more HTC story, and maybe hopefully we'll do one on like the MiniTWOW
Oh yeah, we
side.
should. We should definitely. I think if we were gonna do another episode, like, there was Sprafty then and now that I still have the idea for. We would probably have like a panel of 7 people if we were gonna do that. But anyway, we should definitely probably do like an actual timeline of the MiniTWOW community itself, like
definitely.
Yeah.
list
Like,
innovations and when they happen.
Basically, this episode, but for MiniTWOWs. Like,
This-
instead
Yeah.
of HTC, it like picks off where we said like, oh, JCL and I did the Rec Room MiniTWOWs.
Yeah, and
And
then
then
there's
it
more
picks off
background on that. Yeah.
and goes into JCL server, and then mine, and then Pillars, and then Alex's, and all the good MiniTWOWs that started from then the evolution of the meta.
Would you? Do you think JCL would actually want to be part of that?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
By the way,
Anyway,
we still rolling?
Oh yeah, we're still rolling. I was gonna close it up soon, probably, because I think we've said most of what needs to be said.
Yeah, we definitely covered all the bases.
for like 3 hours.
Exactly, 3 hours.
The
Yeah.
big 3.
I'm looking over the list we wanted what you wanted to talk about. We basically talked about everything, actually.
No.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
talking
we
about like
did.
everything and like 5,000 things more. And by the way, can we just like have some closing words about anything you want to say?
Yeah, what's a good
Yeah,
closing
let's go
topic? I think
down.
we're gonna sign off now.
We can
Unfortunately,
each say,
unfortunately, Baz isn't here, but
yeah, we can each say some words like, let's go in turn. Can I be last?
yeah, you can be last.
Okay.
Dawthon,
Hey,
why
guys,
don't
how
you
about-
start it out?
I always prefer being last.
Oh, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead and go, Dawthon.
Just closing thoughts.
Alright, so, alright, closing thoughts, just let me look at all. So basically, the community on YouTube, I wasn't really there for that. Same with the subreddit. The creation of HTwins Central was already there. I'll be honest, I that, and I really hope that carykh can average 12 Central on his next 12 episode, so we can try to gain like a couple of community members, because like I'm pretty sure all of us know the community on carrykh's channel is like much more mature than the Jack and Jellyfish channel. So it's gonna be really nice to see if he does that. To see like if there's any good community members. For Rec Room wasn't there, Art Gallery wasn't there, the merging about BFB and TWOW Central. Like honestly, I think that was for the best of the server, because like because like honestly, even though the squad community has been going strong for like 3 years now, which is very impressive. We're almost at 4 years. We are gonna die at some, which is really unfortunate, but that's just the way communities are. So in like HTwins Central perspective, that was done the same thing, and that's what we did because I was there when when we renamed TWOW Central to HTwins. The mid drama. Oh boy, none of that was necessary. But it was fun. It was fun. I'll say that. Gabe demoted haha wreck. Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Asha, rest in peace, and then the downfall of ATC. I mean, you can't really control that, can you? Even I would.
You can't.
Yeah, like people people say that I would have fixed it. I couldn't do shit about it. I could not. Like,
yeah, Dawthon.
Yeah, it wouldn't be really possible to fix it. It was just you could just postpone it, but not.
Yeah, you just honestly make it worse because like I always see people like breaking Tanastar for like being a mean mod and shit. Like I'll be honest, Tanastar is the best mod I've ever promoted. Like even from the start, all like everything he did, he's like the best mod I could have promoted. And yeah, it's not really his fault that the server died. Well, no, not dying down, like kind of going down.
Yeah.
And like I said, nobody can really fix that. And that's all I got to say. Also, please join TWOW Central, please.
Agree.
We're almost at 400 members.
Alright, I'll go next. Yeah, I think just like the time that I spent in art gallery and when I first joined Discord was some of the most like happiest moments of my internet life. Like I don't think anything that's going on now is quite topping like what went on in art gallery. Like there was never a time where I was not excited to go on Discord and talk to the people that I like knew on art gallery and stuff like that. And it was fun being like one of the more recognized names on the server. Like who's not gonna have fun, you know, and stuff like that. And just TWOW has been a really big deal of my life, a really big inspiration for me. And it was sad to see kind of the decline, but I'm glad that there's still a thriving MiniTWOW community and stuff like that, and that they're still very much alive. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for having me as a guest on this episode and whatnot. As a part of the OG team, you know.
Anyways,
All right, I guess.
I forgot to say my thank you for having me as a guest too.
Yeah. Well, welcome on this.
I guess
nerd.
I'll go. Okay, all right. So, having been here since literally day one, it sure has been an experience throughout the almost 4 years of the TWOW community, from its humble origins of YouTube comments to this thriving and sprawling network of Discord servers and so many other pieces of media. And it's been a pleasure being there for every moment of it. And since we've survived this long, I'm optimistic that we'll continue far into the future, past like limitations of individual servers such as HTC, and far into the people of the community themselves, rather than any server or competition can define.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you done?
Yeah, he's done.
Yes, ask me to. Okay, so yeah, I do agree with what Nerd said. We can talk about postponing or delaying the demise of the community or something like that. Just like how HTC went on a downfall. It's a bit inevitable that the TWOW community is gonna like eventually fade out, even if it's in the far, far future. But to be honest, one thing that will never fade out, at least for me, is the memories that I've made here, because TWOW is the reason, like, TWOW is what got me into a lot of stuff. It got me into programming, into sheets. It made me a better person just through the interactions I've had. And okay, I can't believe I'm saying this unironically, but maybe the true TWOW was the friends we made along the way.
God.
Anyway, and if you really, really think that the community is declining, or that we're not going to see, that we're nearing the end of this, I have 7 words for you.
7 words of wisdom.
Yes. Fuck your TWOW, join season 10, corn.
wait. I see you. I see you. We gotta. Yeah. I'm not saying anything more about that, but I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway, yeah, if you want to be in a future episode, just contact me on Biscuitmeister on Discord. Otherwise, I think we're done here. And thanks for listening through
Hey.
the. Yeah, what?
3 hours. 3 hours.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for listening through this nearly 3-hour and 15-minute podcast. If you did, and we don't blame you if you only skimmed through a bit of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, if you message me the number 43 on Discord, I will give you a special role in TWOW Central. You heard it
Wow,
here
mod
first.
abuse.
I was the first one.
Mod abuse. Hold on,
Mod abuse.
Dawthon. Wait, Dawthon. Wait.
What?
Hold on. Give me a sec. Oops, crap. Give me a sec.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh
Give me a sec.
no! Oh no!
Oh no.
I
This
think
is
I'm
not
getting
gonna
a
be
strike,
good.
guys.
You've made a
I'm
grave
gonna strike,
mistake.
No!
Oh no.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Even if you didn't listen to all of it, hope you liked hearing the history of the TWOW community, HTC
Also,
especially.
if you didn't watch the entirety of it, you are missing out. That's all I want
Yeah,
to say.
because you're gonna
Yeah,
have
you're honestly
there's a
missing
lot of behind the scenes history and culture of TWOW
Oh,
that we
yeah.
talked about.
Yeah.
And
plus, most of the ads like you didn't get the shout out.
yeah. And anyway, I think that's about
That's
all
a
we have to
wrap,
say.
I'd say.
So
Yeah.
thank you for listening
Goodbye.
and goodbye.
The
Corn.